don't need fresh water. Kralamos can make it.
Hello.
He's
Right.
magic like that.
Hopefully starting in a mo. But previously on,
He
we
can make
have...
salt water fresh and fresh water salty.
Oh, hopefully.
Where were we? Yes, previously on, we basically given a mini quest on 50 Fathoms. We have to travel to 4 corners of the world, recover 4 items, bring them back, and then with all those MacGuffins, do some sort of ritual. So last time we went to the lands of Torofkar, started going through the jungles and were being attacked by plants. See what's happening now.
Mage, you're a fire and an air mage.
Got the elemental manipulation, so I can.
You can only manipulate fire and air.
Oh, okay. Well, then forget that.
Yeah.
Water don't look that bad if you're really thirsty. I mean.
Yeah. Hey, well, you can boil it.
True.
Yeah, so like I said, I had a character who could make air disappear in air.
That's impressive, that is.
It is impressive because it was my justification. It was you could cast the blast spell, and it was you could class it. You could cast it as a heavy weapon using the heavy weapon modifier on it.
So you made a vacuum.
So you can make a vacuum and cast, like you could cast it on ship hulls. It's £28 a square. It's 28 pounds a square inch on a hard vacuum. You know,
yeah.
Ships of hulls used to buckle.
Epic.
Oh, we have a Jiminy Monka.
You do.
How's Wales?
It's all right.
Marvelous.
Marvelous, fantastic.
There's lovely.
Oh, yes.
Dolly came by today. I won't tell you what she said.
I'm not entirely sure I want to know.
Just realised I've muted myself so you can.
And I'm sure you were being incredibly eloquent and witty and everything. And now you're not. Now it's just going to be back to normal, Kev.
That's quite annoying, really.
You accidentally mute yourself quite often.
Well, I've got a button that basically mutes Discord, but not the mic, if that makes sense. It's different to muting the mic. And that's what had happened. I muted Discord, but not the mic.
Aha.
You need to get rid of that button that mutes Discord, then, don't you?
No, it means I can slag. It means I can slag you off without you not hearing you when I'm the GM.
Oh, right. Okay.
So we only get to hear it if we go and watch the.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. There are stuff. There's stuff I will say that obviously I don't necessarily want you to hear because someone's asking a question. They'll answer it and sometimes say, "Well, in a moment, this will happen." You see. So obviously, I don't want you to hear that sort of thing. So I've got the ability to mute you.
And what I do is I just have a push to talk button on my server, and if I just want to call you slags, I just don't press the button.
Oh yeah.
And everyone on the stream gets to hear it. Yeah.
Well, my computer's been a lot more simple since I got rid of voice meter, so that's okay.
Oh, countryside pack. What is that? A new art pack for the art sub?
Oh.
You're updating, are you?
Yeah, I've done the update now. Considering this is the middle of deepest, darkest vales, the internet is pretty good.
The only downside of getting rid of voice meter was I spent 200 quid on a piece of hardware instead. But anyway, that's by the
When you could have just had a wire coat hanger and a pair of tights.
Well, no, it gets frustrating with when you're trying to thread things in and out of other stuff. That's what you end up with software and lots of stuff. Whereas now I've got this bit of kit called a Beacon Mix Create, which literally just does it all. So it makes life a lot easier.
Cool.
I used to have virtual audio cables and all that kind of stuff, and then I ended up getting I'll get a microphone, and honestly, for some reason, I just abandoned all of it because I had it on the microphone settings.
Well, no, this is like the
So
beacon stuff.
abandoned a
Is
lot.
the beacon does everything that the virtual voice meter does without actually, but it's all basically in a GUI, and there's knobs and buttons. So physical knobs and buttons, not software knobs and buttons.
Because voice meter and stuff like that. That's what everybody used to use.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
I must admit, when you move to physical hardware, oh, what a difference! I don't know what it is.
Makes life easier.
Yeah, it's physical hardware.
So Jiminy is now
That's why
logged
they don't use
fantasy ground.
virtual audio cable when they're mixing Pink Floyd albums.
The only problem is now I've got to work out. I'm currently trying to work out how I can pipe voice mod through Discord and out. I've worked out how to not get. I haven't got the way into Discord yet. The thing that made me smile was the one solution someone said is, "Well, what you use is virtual audio cable." It's like,
no, I'm trying to avoid that.
Yeah. But anyway, that's by the by.
Right,
We're
so
just
we last
waiting
saw
on
our
Jiminy.
heroes, wandering across Torathkar. You're still maybe a couple of days away from the slopes of the great volcano, where you need to collect lava from the temple where the wall is thin between Charybdu and the elemental realm of fire. And as you were making your way across the swamps, Craig Gould decided to show off their rope monkey expertise, swinging from the vines that were dangling above the swamp, and got tangled up by them. And suddenly you are surrounded by a large number of Torathkar's carnivorous plants. Dun dun dun!
I'm not used to the vines being sentient.
And with that, the plants start moving. Oh, that one's close enough to try and grapple Craig Gould.
How rude.
Now, do you want to try and interrupt Snapjaw 2, Tariston, as you're now going before the next
Yes, I
one?
would.
Okay, give me an athletics roll then, please.
Okay, well, that's going well.
Well, you'll not be interrupting it then. So it's going to get 2 tentacle actions to try and grapple Craig Gould. I need athletics roll, because I suppose athletics for grappling.
Get off me.
The first one of its tentacles doesn't grapple you. The second one, you need to beat a 6.
Slap it away.
And the second one fails to grab you either. Onto Tariston now.
Well, I'm gonna do my thing and target every member as well.
You're going to target everyone?
Well, my player, Josiah, Solomus, Prelamos, and Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got them all. And I'm gonna give them a smite to help them out here because you guys gotta keep me alive.
Yet again, I have the worst card in the deck. I seem to be.
Okay, that's going to set all of their melee weapons on fire.
And I've even learned how to apply the effects myself.
Well done, go you.
Just set a water mage's sword.
Yes.
At least you didn't set the water mage on fire.
Actually, take yourself back a PowerPoint, because it only works on metal weapons, which means it doesn't work on Kralamos's sword.
Oh, okay, I take one.
Oh, that's annoying.
Because Kralamos's sword is made of bone.
It's bone.
Yeah, I know it's made of bone, but where does it say spite only works on metal?
It's in the elemental spell trappings.
Ah, of course, I forget it's a 50 fathoms thing. I
It's
apologise.
50 fathoms. Yeah.
Yes.
So it has specific trappings.
Hmm.
Smite only works on metal weapons, and it heats them up. And
I'm going. Oh, there is no place here I can move where I'd be a little bit safer. So I'm going to stay where I am.
okay. Right. So this puts us on to Snapjaw number 3, which is miles away and kind of slithers towards you. Snapjaw 5 moves its full movement, almost like it's running, and it gets 5 tentacle actions. So it's first of all going to try and grab Tane. Can I have an athletics roll for Tane, please? It's one of Kralamos's team, I believe. So Tane dodges out the way of the first tendril. I have no idea why it did an incapacitation roll. It certainly shouldn't have done. The second tendril also grabs for Tane, so Tane needs to resist that. Clearly, the Doreen is made of stern stuff and just is dodging out the way. John Smith has 2 tendrils come towards him. Does John Smith get out of the way? I believe that's also one of Team Kralamos.
Is this pick on me day?
No, that's pick on the people that are in range day.
That's what I meant.
So John Smith is entangled.
Just so you guys know, John Smith is a tribute to a previous person, and he has become the token red shirt for pretty much every.
Oh, so he's destined. He's not supposed to survive.
Yeah, and the real John Smith was no sweetheart. So
yeah,
the real John Smith was an idiot who decided to blow something up by shooting into a barrel full of gunpowder at point blank range.
That's the John Smith in the 50 Fathoms game, not the John Smith that Elspeth is talking about.
Yes,
he decided to run off with a 12-year-old girl.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know about that one existing.
Well, yeah, she's buried
called Pocahontas.
Yes.
She never survived the guys' hideous climate.
Yeah.
What's this got to do with beer? Oh, that's a different John Smith.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that he's entangled, John Smith gets a second tendril comes at him. Still a success from the plant, so another resist from John Smith, please. Oh, he doesn't get further bound. And finally, the last tendril goes for Kralamos.
Oh, mate, so I'm Califos.
You're Kralamos. I need a resist from Kralamos himself. Oh, and unless you want to spend a penny on that, Kralamos is also entangled by a tentacle.
No. It only makes you vulnerable nowadays. It doesn't make you distracted anymore.
It makes you vulnerable, as long as it's been coded right, it makes you vulnerable, entangled. You don't get distracted until you're bound.
Ironically, because we're calculating, I could have ignored the bloody distraction. Anyway.
You could have done, but hey. All right, so Kralamos and John Smith both have tentacles wrapped around them, but you've not been pulled in yet. And Josiah, 2 of your crew have been grabbed by tentacles.
You do have a flaming weapon.
He does have a flaming cutlass. I mean, your flintlock pistol does have metal shot, so if you want Taris to have cast smite on your shot, you can, but I think it would be a bad idea.
No, it's only one shot as well.
So who's all right? So John Smith is tangled.
John Smith is entangled. as is Kralamos. The pair of them are both
Hang on. You
entangled.
really don't want to put smite on balls, metal balls inside not pistols,
Powder.
do you? No.
No, you really don't.
We are going to go to there, and then we are going to
Sever the tendrils?
Calamus, sever the tendrils and cut Calamus free.
Okay, give me an attack roll. As long as you don't critically fail, you don't hit Kralamos.
Well, surely they're going all the way back to there, so he doesn't have to cut me. He can cut some in the middle.
Yeah, but he didn't go in the middle. He came right up next to you, didn't he?
Point taken.
Well, the thing is,
I think that's not a critical. I think that's the exact opposite of a critical
That's
fail.
the exact opposite of a critical fail. Clearly, he's going for about a foot out from where you are. Give me a damage roll.
right, here we go. See, it beats its hardness. God, oh my, I'm on fire. Oh, look at that.
Well, that absolutely beats its hardness. You have severed one of its tentacles. Doesn't actually do any more than shake it, I'm afraid, because it has many, many tendrils, but Snapjaw 5.
Kralamos is free.
Yeah.
It does mean I'm no longer entangled. Thank you, Captain.
And Kralamos is indeed free. Let me unentangle you, Kralamos. And that means that that Snapjaw only gets D6 tentacles instead of D6 plus 1. Patrick O'Donovan, Josiah's sailor.
Patrick O'Donovan. O'Donovan. Where's he?
He's back there.
Back there. He is going to
Pump up the jam.
Okay, they're only armed with knives, aren't they?
Yeah, they're only armed with knives, the sailors. Apart from Ernk, who does have
The
a cannon. It has a cannonball on a chain.
Right, he will. I'm going to start throwing stones at Snapjaw Plant 7.
Okay. Sounds very much like an athletics test to me.
Over here! Whoa! Look this way! Woo.
Unfortunately, the stones just bounce off the Snapjaw, and it doesn't even notice it's having things thrown at it. Solimas, you have a flaming weapon.
Flaming egg. Yeah, but I'm not really much of a fighter. Yeah.
No, but since you have a wooden staff and a bow, it must be your bow that has had the arrowheads heated up.
Well, then that's even better then. Good. All right, so I've got flaming arrows. All right.
You do. You have flaming arrows.
Doesn't that mean his quiver's on fire?
Well, they've heated up.
Okay. Hot, moist jungle in the air.
Yeah. Look at that. Snapjaw 7 has a flaming arrow thudding into him.
Ooh, for me.
And the flame is going to overcome its natural resistance to piercing weapons. You've set it on fire. And the Snapjaw writhes and screams as it starts to shrivel.
I'll teach you.
Right, how about Bonnie Blot and Hernk?
What's Bonnie Blot going to do? Bonnie Blot, what are you?
Bonnie Blot is a Marine.
Who's got just a dagger? Oh, he's got a cutlass.
Got a cutlass, a knife, a pistol, and should have a musket. So let me just provide Bonnie Blot with a musket for you.
Is it a flaming musket?
It is not a flaming musket.
Oh. Flaming egg.
You really want a heated metal ball surrounded by gunpowder in the barrel of your rifle?
Magic.
Yeah, because that would be a great idea.
No, not in 50 fathoms. It just means the gun explodes.
Yeah.
You're just giving me arcane backgrounds and powers. Okay. Excellent. Now I've got a musket now.
Now you've got a musket.
Right. But muskets going to be useless against him anyway.
Well, it does half damage.
Okay, well, he's going to shoot the same one the Solimash shot.
Well, the one that Stonework already killed.
Not the one that's still on the map. Why is it still on the map if he's dead?
It's
It's not on the map. There's the dead one. You shot the next one up, and you got it with a raise and everything.
Go on, roll that damage. Go on, put it down.
I'm gonna kill it.
Sounds like a good idea.
Well, right in the gourd.
Shake it
Well,
anyway, won't it?
Didn't even shake it.
Oh,
7 halves
cleanings.
is 6.
11 halves is 5.5.
Yeah, you round up, don't you? So you get toughness 6, shake and damage 6. That's shaking, surely.
Oh, go on then. I'll shake. I'll shake it then.
Look,
there you
Fancy
go.
Grams shook it. Or did you just click it?
I just clicked it.
Did it really round it down to 5?
No, because I haven't got it set to do half. I've got.
What about you just right? No, you just right click on the total and right click on the total in the chat, and there's a half option.
I didn't know that. Oh, there
And
you
then it halves the damage, and then you can basically drag that and drop it on the existing damage field to update the amount of damage done. Also works the
Well,
other way for doubling.
go. Have a belly for teaching me something new.
There you go.
Right, Hurk.
I noticed something new the other day, that if you whisper to one character and you want to send the same whisper to another, you can drag the whisper you've already written and drop it on their picture and it goes to them too.
Yes.
I realise I might be teaching other people to suck eggs, but I was really happy about finding that.
I don't ever want to know how to suck eggs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just one thing in my life that I just don't want to know. Well, that.
What's your large blubbery walrus man doing then?
He is going to come over here and club this thing, I suppose.
Okay, he doesn't even need to get that close. He's got reach, but he runs over with his great big
I'll get it back
cannonball
on
on
the
a chain.
turret.
Yeah, he can reach from there. Swing his cannonball on a chain in a mighty arc.
Right, now he's targeting it. Right.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Never
roll a
got one
d6.
wrong.
Roll a d6 for me, please. And he does not throw his cannonball halfway across the battlefield.
Good, that's not what we wanted to do.
He certainly didn't. Right, Snapjaw 6 moves a little closer.
I'm mentally envisioning the Caribbean Olympics with them doing the shot.
So,
The
totally
plants.
unrelated to this game, but you know how you get on the forums and people going, "Oh, Fathoms Game doesn't run on my computer." This laptop is a piece of shit and it runs perfectly fine. Then. So I think they must be running on the world's crappiest computers, or this sort of shit.
Running a game and playing a game, two very different things.
Yeah, that's true. Mine tends to
Yeah, but no,
crash.
people were saying my players have all got potatoes and they can't connect to my computer, and the game doesn't work. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Oh, but are you running Linux or Windows? On that
This is
computer?
on Windows on here.
Oh, wow.
Right,
Okay, I
Taris-
was expecting you to say opposite. Shutting up, sorry.
Taris Tun. As the Snapjaw gets closer to you, a tendril reaches out to try and wrap itself around you. Can I have an athletics roll to try and avoid being entangled, please? Clearly, you're still targeting everybody. Oh my god. Which one was it? Which one was yours? Right, you are entangled unless you want to spend a penny, and if you do want to spend a penny, please untarget everybody first.
Yeah, I'm gonna untarget everybody and I'm gonna spend a penny. Oh, I should have not spent that penny.
That could have been better. So
Could
you
have been.
dodge to try and get out of the way of one tentacle, and another one completely wraps you up.
It's all possible, please.
And you're upside down, standing on your head.
Well, you will be fairly shortly. And then the second of its tendrils is going for Solimas. So Solimas, can I have an athletics roll from you as well, please?
You're cheating. All your dice rolls are 5.
Not all of them, but the last two certainly.
Solomas is an old bastard, isn't he? Okay.
He is. But it's alright, it's not agility, it's athletics he needs to resist it. And he is entangled. Oh dear. No, he's having another go. No, he's still
Have
entangled.
another go. I'm not getting entangled. I'm too old for this shit. Right.
Ooh.
Yes, he's done it. He's not critically failed as well.
Those dice slide off ones.
They do, don't they? More plants slither closer. Ooh. I think that one is just close enough to get Tane. Only gets 2 tentacles to have a go, so Tane, I need 2 athletics rolls, please.
Evil person. Going after 4 defences in pieces. That's an entangle. That's a bound on the second one.
That's a bound. He dodges out of the way of the first one, but the second one gets him completely bound. Poor fella.
Unless, of course, the GM wants to spend a penny on Tane's behalf. Because I can't.
No, not really.
No, I have done that in the past.
Oh, I know you have.
No, just thinking about it, I just realised on that nice I've done it in the past.
Yeah, you're not as nasty as you think you are.
Right.
Not as
Don't
stingy
mean
as
to talk,
other
but
people, that's for sure.
Well, you are
Hey.
stingy, but you're getting better at that.
You've had a
Yeah.
belly, thank you very much.
I know,
Right,
I suddenly remembered that after I started.
Open wide, you'll get the other one in.
And the slap tree reaches out with a frond at the bound Tane.
Oh, you're going to kill him, aren't you, you evil sod?
I think
Yeah,
I'm
he's
going to
dead.
incapacitate him.
Yeah, you
Ooh,
killed
he's
him.
He's in trouble, is Tane.
You just pick on the Doreen, that's just typical, isn't it? You know, you destroy...
No.
You destroy their homelands and now you're just murdering them. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
he's bleeding out.
Okay.
He's bleeding out, so that means somebody could get there and stabilise him with a simple healing roll. Doesn't even take 10 minutes.
The funny thing about it is has anybody got desperate times? Because technically we haven't changed cards and
I do
that
actually.
means that card is still there.
Who hasn't played an adventure card yet?
Hang on, what is... I have...
Me.
Was this an attack that's caused... Oh, hang on a moment, I can do something about this.
But play desperate times at the end of the encounter. near the
Desperate
end.
Times will bring all the extras back up because Flesh Wound was
I
played.
can't do that, but I can save this one.
No, I've just given Solimath's Desperate Times card. So
Oh, okay.
He just needs to give me a card back. He just needs to give me a card back, or he needs to give the card. He needs to give a card to you. Mind you, actually, we're all going to get new cards at the end of this fight, so it doesn't really matter. So
You are,
thank
yeah.
you.
And it is Craycold to go now. And Craycold, well, had a +4 to their next roll, which was the roll to unshake, unfortunately. So Cray, you have a flaming cutlass.
Well, at least I unshook.
You did.
Okay. Is Terrace still upside down and bound?
Taris is completely bound. Tane is at your feet, bleeding out. John Smith is entangled right next to you. But yes, Taris is fully bound up.
Okay, I wish to cut through the vine holding John Smith, athletically swing across the jungle, catching vines that aren't living, to Taris, and do the same to her, please.
Okay, so that'll be a multi-action, but you get your movement athletics roll as a free action.
Do you want me to roll fighting?
Fighting at -2.
Yeah, fighting to try and cut John Smith free. If you get a critical fail, a result less than 0, you do hit John Smith.
When you say -2, do I need to add more than the 2 action click? Or...
No,
No,
nothing
just
but
2 action.
additional-
Yeah, just do the 2 action clicks. Sorry. Oh!
Well, you've hit the vines on John Smith. Give me a damage roll.
Your burning burning ice weapon.
Mm-hmm.
My dear.
Oh, I know it's a burning weapon. It's already got the +2 damage involved, which is more than enough to free John Smith. Now make an athletics roll to move yourself around the board. Well, with that, you may go anywhere within 10 inches.
There we go.
And then let's have another fighting roll to cut Taris Tun free.
From a metagaming perspective, you might want to go the other side of Taris, so you're not between the creatures that are about to attack her and yourself. But
No, you
Actually,
can stay there.
That was intentional. I'm better at
Okay.
defending myself than she is. I'm being.
oh, fair
chivalrous.
enough. Oh, that's
Yep.
very good. I take it back.
I am armed with a knife, and I have a strength of D4. So
You're a farm mage in their plants.
You can cast over my shoulder. That's fine.
Well, give me a damage roll then to see if you can sever the tendrils with your burning weapon. And that is plenty enough. So, Tarin is now cut free.
Here's an interesting question for you. Because of the trappings, is that +2 damage, or is it +4 damage if it has environmental weakness fire? Or is it +6 damage because of the smite and the environmental weakness?
Who did
It's plus-
50 barons?
It's +2 because they're swamp-dwelling things and they're very moist. It's
No,
wet.
no, I'm not necessarily talking about this. I was just thinking out loud because it is a
Yeah.
far trapping, isn't it? So how would you do it? I'd probably just treat it as +4, not +4 total,
I
not
would-
+6.
Yeah, I would treat it as +4.
Yeah. That's all. I was just thinking out loud. Shutting up.
Right, so who's lost a tendril? 5 and 8 have lost tendrils because they've had them chopped off. Oh, number 5's got 2 tentacles down. Poor thing. You're being cruel to the plants. What's Laurelin going to do?
Laurelin
Who is fatigued by the heat.
Is she?
That +2.
But she does get +2 to whatever her roll is.
Okay.
And yeah, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Has she got healing?
No, she hasn't. But do you want to
Oh.
stabilize him?
If she passes a healing check, she will stabilize Tane.
Could try an unskilled healing check
Well,
on
yeah,
Tane,
why
couldn't she?
not?
She got a +2 bonus against the -2, but it failed. So not.
Oh dear, let's have a d6. Well, she doesn't kill him.
No, but there was nothing. There was nothing to be. There was nothing to lose for trying it, but everything to gain.
Not
wasn't
really.
Yeah.
Right, so I think that moves us on to Kralamos.
Okie dokie. Oh, I've got the fantasy companion. Elemental manipulation water. Oh, because that gives you better ideas of what you can do than the old version did.
It does, yes.
Which last week I was thinking, I really wish I had this book.
And now you
No,
do.
I know I do. So I could, yeah, caster may move a cubic feet. Push and buffet. The caster uses activation. Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's not going to do much good right now, but it's useful to know. In future. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I think it's just going to have to be. It's in range. Oh, it's a cone anyway.
You have a you do have a cone template attack, yes.
Can I change it to area? Can I change the area of effect on the burst? No, I'm thinking blast, aren't I?
You're thinking of blast.
Yeah, which means I do have to be selective, which is a bit annoying. So I
Or you
can't
can
get-
move.
Yeah, no. It's just the difference is the difference between a. Do you know what I mean? The difference between a burst and a cone is I can get more with a blast than I can with a burst.
That depends on where you're standing.
True. If I go there, then I can get all of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I take it. I take the point. Yeah, I can get to there and do all of them.
You can
Nice.
get to there, yes.
Who's the nice green token there? Was that Mr. GM being nice?
That was the GM.
Yeah, I don't know why, because I don't know why it seems to default the GM to green, or a complete fluke that you're green and I was green, because on Sunday I was thinking, why's my token green?
I picked a nice bright green because it stands out well.
Fair enough. Okay. Okay, it shows me the target. I've got you put my +2 casting in. Let's see.
Yep.
So, let's see. I'm going to do +2 extra, so it's 2 points. I think are they have armor damage? I don't think there's been any. I think I'm just going to do a 4-point burst with extra damage, basically.
Okay.
To raise.
Do you know what? I think trappings-wise, rather than sending out a burst of water, what you've done is you've dehydrated all of the plants by sucking the water out of them.
Oh, I like it. I think the GM should give himself a Benny for that. I just shoot that one.
I think that one's a wound, though.
1, 2, 3. This is the last one, isn't it?
Yep, should be.
Oh, wounds! I noticed that one. I was too busy. Okay, I'm quite happy with that.
Right. So let's apply all the wounded ones, and then you can tell me if you wanted to do anything about the one that you merely should. Oh no, you've got one more damage roll to do.
Oh, can I? Okay.
Yeah, there's one that hasn't had anything on it yet.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Only 3 wounds on that one.
No, I'm losing my touch. I'm inclined.
Are you happy with the one that you only managed to shake?
I think so.
You are. Okay.
Yeah. Because I've still got one of my chaps who can try and shoot it.
Well, you do still have one of your chaps that can shoot it, but yeah, his mate has just collapsed to the ground next to him, bleeding out.
Was going to die.
And so he's about to take a bleeding out roll. Unless you want John Smith to try and patch him up first with an unskilled healing roll.
Yeah, but it'll be okay. But metagaming wise, we know it's going to be okay if we play the card, won't
Fair
we?
enough. Well, let's move on to Tame then.
No. Yeah, he fails.
So he fails miserably. We'll move on to Tame then and see what happens to Tame.
Anyways.
He dies from blood loss.
No,
And
he's not. No, he's not.
Except he doesn't.
And John Smith is there on his knees going,
He's just playing possum. He's just playing possum.
Yeah,
it looks like we're being raided again.
People kept lying down on the job. Yeah.
Looks like we're being raided again.
Well, Kralimos, clearly, John Smith has got down on his
Hello,
knees
Fantasy
and
Grounds, how are
Tame
you
has
today?
died in front of you. It's clearly riled you up, look, because you've got the Joker.
Oh,
You've got
Terrace
the
has.
Joker, Kralimos.
Terrace has got another one. So,
And Taris has got the other Joker. So that means Benny's handed out to everyone.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
Benny Johns. That I made up last week and gave me a headache afterwards.
Yeah.
So that gave me back the Benny I just spent to move up.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I've got 6, and we can't take these Bennies with us, so we're going to have to use them.
Yeah, you might as well use them.
I'm just waiting for you to make it. Oh, thank you. Okay. Well, I might just. Okay. 6 will get me to there,
It will.
and then I might have to be selective on this one.
You might well.
Yeah, it's not worth the running. I'm joking. It's fine. Might be enough actually, 1 inch, you know.
It might just be enough.
gridlock.
Hang on, hold up. Let me try that. I'm going to move 1 inch that way.
Yeah. Gridlock
Sorry.
is off.
Yeah, there we go. I'll just and then I can. That should, if I can get
What
the
do you
pointer.
mean 1 inch this way, 1 inch that way? Are you casting a spell or dancing the hokey cokey? Get on with it.
No, the
There
point.
you go. You got 4 of them.
I was desperately just trying to get that last one and not have to do selective. Okay, number 4 PowerPoint casting.
And he's got the raise again.
Okie
All
dokie.
these
So that's,
plants are just withering and dying as you suck the water out of them.
it's another 4 PowerPoint casting there. Let's see what we
Ooh.
get. 1, 2. Something happened to my dice. I went to roll them and they vanished then. 3.
Well, you're just rolling massive amounts of damage.
He is.
Yeah. What was that? 30's 8? 29, yeah.
4.
A mere 2 wounds with the last one.
And then let's do that. Get some PowerPoints back. Thank you very much. Suck all that moisture into me, for I need it in this
Yes.
hot begotten place.
Where are we? There, that one there.
And John Smith is angry.
Is he?
And he's died.
Yeah.
You can't well shoot.
Well, he'll have a job because his musket's not loaded.
Point taken.
He can whip out his pistol, or he can charge forwards with a cutlass.
Yep, in the world's attack.
Ooh, okay.
Well, his friend just did get killed as far as he's concerned.
There you go. He's got the wild attack on.
Cool, I'm
He
glad
doesn't
that
know what
rolled.
he does.
Did you notice how that rolled over at the very last moment?
Yeah.
Wound!
Just drag the wild attack damage in, because for some reason the wild attack bonus didn't apply, because I'd not. Well, I can tell you why, because I'd not clicked off the line before you rolled the dice.
It's okay. It's only an extra 2 points of damage, isn't it? It makes it 11.
No, it's an extra D6 damage. Oh no!
Oh no!
It's an extra
Oh, yeah,
D6 plus 2.
because I would have hit with a race, wouldn't I?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that
So
was
it's an extra
pointless.
3 points. It's an extra 3 points of damage.
Well, I think that's a dead plant anyway. That's the main thing.
Well, that takes it up to 12, which is a wound, and it is a very dead plant.
Well, it was
There's-
shaking already, so I only had to beat its toughness, fortunately.
Yeah, there's sap leaking out all over the place.
Okay. And then I shall end his turn by
Hmm.
clicking the button there.
Taris Tun, you've been cut free by Craig Gould.
And she's going to move forward a little bit to make sure she's in range.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to target Snap. And he is now invisibly surrounded with burning hot air.
Who's that?
Number 1. Should have targeted him. Yeah, target.
Okay, so you've put a damage field on Snapjaw number 1.
Yeah, and it's
It doesn't hurt Snapjaw number 1, it just hurts anyone that's next to it.
okay.
I was just thinking about that. Did they keep the thing as spending an extra power point to modify the trapping?
No.
They get, well, no, I'm talking Swade as not 50 fathoms.
Swade did, yes. But you
This
have to
is-
take an edge for it.
It was going to be an edge, and then they just got rid of the edge, didn't they, and just made it a trapping.
It's
Oh,
the
no!
wizard edge.
It's the wizard edge. Okay.
Right.
Wizard head.
Yeah.
A cracking good one.
So Snapjaw 1 now has a damage field on it. Josiah.
Josiah. Yes.
Yeah, Josiah. Did you see it, Josiah?
Well, Solomas has to do something clever. +1.
What am I doing at +1?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay.
I think Josiah is encouraging you with something along the lines of, Solomas, do the thing.
And Mr.
Do the
Blot,
thing you want to do.
And Mr. Blot, stop loafing. Yes, we've got them on the run. You know what I mean? I'm just going to. I'll let you carry on and finish it. I'm going to consult with the most famous captain of them all, Captain John Morgan. Carry on.
Well, Patrick O'Donovan's next, which is Josiah's sailor sidekick.
You left. He won't want it there.
Okie dokie. And then we're on to Solomas with his hotted up bow.
He gets an action.
What's he doing?
Yes, do what the captain says. Do what the captain says.
And he does it very attractively, but still doesn't make much difference.
No.
He's a very pretty Irishman, this Patrick O'Donovan. So
I think that's the
Solomas,
problem.
really-
He's so pretty, everyone's just looking at him and not paying attention to what
I'm
he's
still trying
saying.
to figure out what. Who's what? Eh? Okay.
I'm pretty sure that the Irishman
Lone
is
Wolf
not Kraken's type.
Lone passes down. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to shoot these things with his bow and arrow, aren't I suppose?
Okay, well, you've got +1 to hit.
Yeah, it was a support roll. That's what we did. We need bird billing. Gives you a +1 to your next action because you're with next. You probably get a ranged attack.
I have indeed. I'm going to shoot something far away.
Go on, then.
Absolute definition of a ranged attack, isn't it?
Well, not necessarily.
Well,
I'm going to bring you back.
you do shoot something, and it is far away. It's just not what you were aiming at.
Nope, I've got +1.
You got 9 bennies, and when these 2 monsters are dead, you'll lose all those extra bennies.
Oh, it's below your
That might-
bennies. Below that.
Oh, your bennies time.
That's what I'm doing. I'm blowing bennies. All over the
Right.
screen.
Well, I remember.
And there you go. You've got a hit, a palpable hit.
13 bennies on Josiah.
Well,
I've
look
got
at
bennies
that.
to lose.
And
This is-
another plant goes up in flames.
Yeah, I should have just blown. I forgot. I should have blown 11 bennies on that second support roll.
Body blot.
He's going to come there. He's got nothing he can do anyway. He's got no ranged weapons.
He's got a... Yes, he's fired his musket, hasn't he?
There are 3, not 2.
And Herc.
What is Funk's pace? Where are you, Funk?
Yeah, he has a pace of 5, I believe.
4
Oh, it's
according
four,
to
isn't
the 4
Yes,
according
it's
to the
4.
combat tracker.
Yes, it is. He's pace 4.
Oh, it's 6 on the thing. Why is it 4?
It should be 4, because he has -2 pace for being a Grail.
Oh, that's nice.
Ancestral ability.
Mm-hmm.
Slow ass motherfucker.
Yeah, they're
He's
a bit.
dumb.
They're a bit.
And he's
slow.
dumb as well.
He's running.
He's not dumb, he's just intelligently challenged.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pace 4, slow -2, equals 2 +2. That doesn't make sense.
I see. No, I see what's happened. It's put the slow modifier on rather than just his pace. He's actually there. Let me put the pace back up to 6, but it'll actually be 4 because when you roll the dice, it doubled it.
It's already got the modifier on to
Yeah.
So what's the range on this thing? Like 30 feet, 60 feet, is it? Can I hit one of these growls from 40 feet away?
Unfortunately,
Which one,
no.
isn't
Yep,
No.
so the reach one's in there, so unfortunately there's nothing in range for him to grab. Or
He's going
whack.
to say,
So the slap trees. Right, so this slap tree is going to go towards John Smith because he's close enough. Pace 1 gets the slap tree just in range of John Smith. And he lashes out with a frond.
Triffid.
Yes,
That's
they
what
are,
it is.
basically triffid slap trees.
Oh, lots of sixes.
And were that not enough to take him out, he would then need a vigor roll to avoid the poison from the knot of triffid. Now John Smith is bleeding out.
No,
We
he's
are
not.
being-
Oh no, he's not, because
When you've been sailing as long as I have, you can tell when men lay down, it's because they want a little rest.
yeah, he's just having a nap. Cray called with your flaming weapon.
I need to get closer.
Oh, nuts! I forgot to do something when he went down. Hang on a second. Sorry. Bit of retconning here, if it works.
I approve.
Well, that woke me up.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Bit loud. I'll adjust the volume. Sorry, I didn't mean to do it. Right click, not left click. Sorry.
It didn't do it again. Or at least I didn't hear it.
Oh, good. That's okay then. It's just. It was just me then. Is that better?
Yeah, it did it again, and a much more reasonable for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've run across.
Is that a
Well,
brave?
that's a blow
Is that a
on-
brave Sir Robin manoeuvre?
No, he's running towards the plants.
Oh, sorry. It looked like I looked like on my map it showed you moving all the way over there.
No, he's
Yeah, I
gone.
needed that when I got it as well.
Yeah, the movement showed you going over there. Hence my brave Sir Robin comment.
How weird. Well, you've attacked the plant. It's shaken, snapping at your blade, and then it's Laurelin.
Laurelin is going to go over here and start dragging John Smith back towards the group and away from that slap tree 5.
Give me a strength roll for her then. She's got a point of. She's got 1 inch of move left.
She tried to recreate Duke of Wellington's seal of a pair of crossed dead Frenchmen on a pile of dead Frenchmen.
Possibly.
Strength. There it is.
So she drags John Smith a little back towards you.
Yeah, didn't have that last.
Right, Snapjaw 1 recovers from being shaken. And is going to try and grab the closest target. So that's 5 grappling rolls. All of these need to be resisted by your athletics, Craig called.
You water bolt in a second.
Right, you need to resist 4 times. This one didn't even get the success.
Cray, you moved right up next to the one that has the damage field on it.
Oh yes, it's going to have damage field damage straight up.
Oh,
Damage field.
did it just attack me?
Yes,
I would say because
it tried to
Darius
grapple you and
didn't,
it grappled you 4
didn't
times.
realise
4 times.
that surrounding it in fire wouldn't actually hurt it. You know, with all that hot air, you'd get the impression that.
With the, it's not fire. It's like really superheated air.
It just grabbed my sword.
Well, which of those 4 did you want it to be?
Let's go with the one that you were.
Let's go with the 10. Yeah.
Okay, So that one critically fails. You still need to resist the other 3.
Which is
Athletics.
Yes.
Need a 4 or
Drop the
better
roll
on every roll.
on the ones that I'm resisting there.
You need a 4 or better on 3 separate athletics rolls.
You want to untarget before you keep. You want it. Yeah,
Yeah.
You want to. Looking good
Sorry.
so far.
Untarget it before you do your next 2, please.
Yeah,
X1.
there. Okay.
Only one
No,
to go.
Craze, no, there's 2 to go because Craze only actually rolled. That's the 3rd one rolled.
Yeah, but there were 4,
No.
6. Oh yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've avoided all of those, and it's got its tentacles sort of tied around itself, making it vulnerable briefly.
Wah!
How about the tendril that? How about the tendril that critically failed is damaged by the damage field because it...
Or it grappled my burning sword. I'm fine with
Oh
that.
yeah, it's true. Yeah. Ouch.
So that's the damage that Craycool takes from the damage field.
Well, I'm glad I've got a big stack of bennies.
Yes.
Let's see if I can get it down to 0.
Just need an 8.
Since it's the end of its turn, it takes 8 points of dehydration damage itself, which shakes it again.
Oh, I see the GM's being reasonable. As long as we don't go near it, you see, the damage field would hurt it. So that's what Taris was up to. She was dehydrating it by setting the air on, the air around it on fire.
Well, you've soaked one so far.
That's the best I've got. Using about 8 bennies.
You've used all your bennies. Yeah, you've taken 1 wound there.
Got no healing. I mean, we got healing, but no magic.
Has
Well-
anybody not played a card at all and not thinking they're going to end up doing so?
And Craycool remains shaken.
I don't see that I'm going to use any of the cards that I have.
Walk away,
well
Cray.
then.
Walk away, Cray. If you don't do anything, it's shaken. Just walk away. You might be shaken, so you can't swing. Just crawl away from it.
My action.
Yes, it
Through the
is.
Yes, it
wall.
is. Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're first this round, but you remain shaken.
Hence why just walk away. Just move. Just walk up, limp off as fast as you can.
Okay, Laurelin.
Oh crap! There's another one up there. I'd zoomed down the map. I didn't know there was another one.
Yes.
I knew with 3.
There's another one up there, yes.
She's going to try and drag him back again. She needs a strength roll.
She does, because she is a weaker
You've
target.
moved a different direction from that. You know, you're moving towards the other one.
Yeah. We really wanted to go that way.
I went diagonally. I'm still...
Diagon Alley.
You have a bit of a Harry Potter thing, don't you?
No, never seen it. Never read the books. Who's Harry Potter?
Is my pet otter's Harry Otter? No, sorry, that's
Are you the one that
Is it a wizard?
no.
Are you the one that gave me the card?
Yes.
I am the one that gave you the card. If you play it at the very end, as soon as combat's over, not before anything else happens.
Well, I just had to give you a card back.
Okay, Solomas.
Hey, well, I'm going to shoot something.
You've still got burning arrows.
Shoot the
Burning
shaken
arrows.
one. Shoot the shaken one.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Give everybody bennies. Can I give everybody bennies because I made a mistake?
What did you do?
I forgot to put the command edge on everybody.
Oh, well, it doesn't apply to everybody, only the extras.
Yeah, no, 2 of them get killed.
Well, it would only stop them from getting shaken.
Yes, well, I suppose.
Well, I'll give everybody a benny then. And another plant goes down, burning from one of your flaming arrows. That's the one with damage field that is all shriveled up and burnt.
I've noticed an interesting trend when it comes to initiative in this game. I either get the Joker or I'm always last.
Well, you do have the hesitant hindrance.
I hadn't picked up on that.
So, you know, that would probably account for it.
I'd forgotten I had the hesitance interest. That's the downside of not creating your own characters.
So Hrunk is in range with his battle ball. But just doesn't seem to be able to get the impetus he needs to swing it properly. Poor fella.
My God, there is something really weird going on again. Now, Hrunk's moving all the way up to there on my map.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not seeing any of that happening at all. How bizarre.
He's off the top of the map on my map. He's vanished, but there he was off the top of the map. Oh.
Right, well, Josiah.
Weird.
How's Captain Morgan?
Captain Morgan.
I think there's a player side bug. Yeah.
So, if Hurrick could give that slap tree a good old slap with the battle ball, if you don't mind.
Wondering if I didn't update and Travis didn't today.
I did update today, yeah.
That might be it. I might just be just a slightly different version to cause something interesting.
I'm getting the same thing. I've got the new version, so.
Hurrick is it trait +2?
Mm-hmm.
Again. What the hell? He's moving.
Maybe you should.
He's over there now.
Come out.
It's surreal.
Taris Tor. Is it +1?
Right. I've closed the map and reopened it. I wonder if that will fix it.
I'm gonna hope so. And Taris is at +1, okay. And what's Patrick gonna do with his winning smile?
Yes, do what the captain says. That's what he says.
Who's he persuading?
He's just parroting everything the captain says. So Taris sees it in stereo. He gets
so
+2.
you've got a lovely, gorgeous Irishman smiling at you, Tariston, and apparently it's doing something for you. You've got +2 to your next trait roll. And it's you to go.
Now, one of the things elemental manipulation said you can do, since I'm also a fire mag, is throw
Allow that one.
burst of fire at something, right?
The two
That's
modifiers of the same type.
And because
That
Prey
makes
is
sense.
trying to get himself in trouble here. So I just roll.
That music's big.
Okay, so with the +2 to your next trait roll, that's a 7, so not quite a raise. But you've got elemental manipulation running for the next 5 rounds, and under the new version, you get to do 2d4 damage with it.
So 2d4.
Mm-hmm. Re-roll that 4 because so give me another d4 roll. You've probably not got desktop dice acing, and another one, and another one.
See, so Taris rolled a
Yeah.
5.
I'm better off just rolling them one at a time, apparently.
Yeah.
So she rolled a 5 for spellcasting. Is she not at what +4?
She's got +2 anyway from the adventure card, which is already on as an
That's
attack.
right, and then +2 in a support roll.
Yes,
So
which
that
would have
does
taken
how
it
much damage to the...
which would have taken it to a 7, which wasn't a raise. But
No bum.
regardless
Doesn't
of
really
that,
matter.
it's still 19 damage.
Slash
Poor
DMG 19 and then hit return and then drag it onto the thingy.
What, 19 and 19?
Yeah.
Not out. If you remember the slightly rarer version of mine.
How do you make a tree go woof? Point Taris ton at it. Right. The slap tree here, though, lashes out with a frond at Hrunk, who's right up next to it.
Hrunk says his name, actually. Hrunk!
Do you know what? Just because I can, I'm going to spend a GM Benny before they reset.
And kill Hrunk.
Oh, that's Hrunk hit with a raise.
Well, he didn't need the support, did he?
And he's shaken. Now Hrunk needs a vigor roll.
You've been poisoned!
He's been poisoned. Vigor roll at -2, or he
Oh,
is
gosh,
paralysed.
Oh gosh,
Is he
it's
re-
paralyzing poison.
It
He
is.
gets a free reroll, though, doesn't he?
No, he does not.
No, but he's not a Grail. Grails in the update get a free reroll on Vigor.
No, they just start with a D6 instead of a D4. As far as I'm aware, I've got the update put in.
Are
But
you sure?
Well,
Either way,
the module is the module is the Suede version, so it should be correct.
Okay.
this is the Suede version of the module. But either way, he's passed it, though he's shaken. Poor fella. But the poison does not affect him.
Yeah, they're vigorous, +1 dice on vigor.
Yeah, Kralamos. There's just the one left, and it's having a go at Hrunk.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to stride purposefully to about there then.
Mm-hmm.
Stand atop
Ouch.
the crossed dead Englishman.
Mm.
Actually, no, they're not. One's a Massaquani, I think, and John Smith's human, isn't he?
John
Okie
Smith's
dokie.
human.
And the other
Yep.
one's a Doreen. Okie dokie. I am going to bolt it.
And bolt it you do.
So that would be damage. Wound.
And you, with a mighty blow from your water bolt, you smash the last of the slap trees into a pulp.
Cost me 3 power points, then I spend a penny. Get me back.
So now you're gonna reset. You're gonna reset here.
Spend
So
your
you're
penny.
going to play that card first,
Play
aren't
the
you,
card,
really quickly?
Solimas. Play the card, Solimas.
Yeah, I'm
And-
gonna play the card.
Yeah, I'm playing the card. I'm playing the card. Remember, I haven't got a mouse,
Right.
so I have to do it all slow ass tablet shit way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll have that whiskey.
Okay. Well, that
Permanent
brings everybody.
scar.
You've got a permanent scar, though.
I can cope with that. As long as I get the
But
whiskey.
you get the whiskey, and all the extras are recovered.
They were just pretending, lying in the mud, rubbing orange clay on their faces that look like scars.
Yeah.
It's like Premiership football when somebody gets knocked over on their own the pitch for 10 minutes and the guy runs out with a sponge and then miraculously healed.
So I just trying to remember how I used to decide where it was, and I remembered it's the injury table. So,
Yeah.
much as I hate to admit it, you need to take spellcasting plus.
I'm about to take all of those off as well. So the swamp goes quiet.
Not even frogs.
Even
Okay.
frogs. There are no frogs. They've all been eaten by the plants, and the plants are all dead as well.
Chirp.
Oh, sorry, I've removed some of your command things by accident. Sorry about that. I was trying to not do that.
Copy paste them. That's what I usually end up having to do.
Yeah. And now, as we
Giant
see,
frog comes out of the ground.
giant frog comes out of the swamp, hunting the bipedal intruders in its realm.
Oh, booger.
Right. The swamp goes quiet.
If it goes into another counter wearing giant frog, would that be just riveting, wouldn't it?
It would, wouldn't it? That was a terrible pun.
I think that's a negative Benny, personally.
No, I
thought for a second there, nobody's going to get that.
I gave him a Benny for the bad pun. Bad puns are great.
Oh, I can play this now if I'm reading it.
Don't you remember my new ruling on negative Bennies?
That's your ruling.
Yeah, no.
Why do you think why do you think I do so many really bad puns?
Okay, what have I got now? Fleshwood. Oh, I've got
Yeah,
I've got Fleshwood back. Fleshwood back again.
Oh.
What's happening again?
Oh, what? You played that on Tureth Car? Who did that?
What?
Who the freaking hell did that here?
Elspeth.
That was Elspeth.
Oh my God, Elspeth.
Oh, God, you know, that would just bring one of those really big
They're all
things,
out,
won't it?
no, they're all out. I'm sorry, you're on Toreth Ka. They're out for blood whether I played the card or not. At least you get another card and a chance to play 2 cards to save your butts.
Oh, you're still a couple of days away from the area of the great volcano that you need to be at. And Kralamos, are you staying 5 power points down to keep using elemental manipulation so that you and Solimas don't need to resist dehydration?
Well, I suppose so. It's the jungle, isn't it? Isn't it moist and hot in the jungle? Yes.
It's not. It's
You
still
need
going to
get
leave
near the
you.
volcano.
Yeah, you're getting very near a volcano now.
Also, you're supposed to completely submerge yourselves once a day.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
I went
Well,
for a roll in
I
the mud,
remember
right in the
Toreth
swamp.
Ka, I remember everything here is trying to kill you anyway. This is not a nice place.
I agree.
Now, you see, by
Well-
playing that card, if Tavis wanted to be really evil, he'd just have a walking god come in now and then we just die. But I'm sure it's not that nasty.
I can think of half a dozen things he could throw at us with that.
Right,
And I'm
Yeah,
honestly
but
not
they
sure
each
which
get
is
to
worse.
they each get to play 2 cards this session now, so instead of
do.
1.
You know what?
Now,
I've only got the same cards as I had last week. I'm not
I
complaining.
know. I've just given you another card. So if you want to do swapsies,
Give
It's
you a
getting
card that
to early
shoots us.
evening, and you're starting to look for a place to set up camp. And you find a large open area of ruins. Looks like a great place to set up camp.
And
God,
I
we're
bet
tiny.
just because it looks like a great place means just the opposite.
Oh, balls, I just closed the wrong map. Oh, no, I didn't. It's there.
Possibly some great hall was here in the dim and distant past, but now there's little left of it, though it is an area where not too much seems to grow. And as you're setting up your camp for the evening, I would like notice rolls from everybody. Solimas, you may have a +2 to the roll because your ring is twitching.
Okay.
This is a lot bigger than I thought. 100 feet?
Oh, this is because it reset itself. God, I've got to go and put that back to 1. There we go. It's at this one not.
That seems more reasonable.
Yeah.
yeah, what you'll have to do is take everybody off the map.
You're going to
put
have to
them
take
back
us
on
off and
again.
add us back on again. I thought we looked small.
Auto scale to 80% of the grid, and the grid was wrong.
Yeah. This is one of the maps I didn't resort out after it did the whole resetting everything I spent all day doing the other day. Right. Okay. Distance multiplier is 1. Let's try putting you on there again now. I mean, it is fairly big area anyway. But
Yeah, Terrace Ton just probably saw any because this place is creepy, and just because it looks safe probably means just the opposite because this is Toreth Ka.
And
okay.
Ian notices anything as well.
Right. Did anybody get the raise? That's what I want to know. So Taris Tun got a raise. Marvelous.
I got several raises.
Tane and Solimas got raises. Other people, not so much. So that means Solimas and Tane and Taris will get to effectively be on hold. Everybody else, not so much.
Do we get to
Has
choose where we
someone
are
played
before that?
up?
Because
No.
Yes, you get to choose where you are. You can be anywhere sort of within the area of the walls.
I like the look of the cover of that bit.
Terrace would have moved in where the others can kind of protect her.
Okay, let's get you all.
It's moving faster today.
They are, aren't they?
They used to
yeah,
move so fast on Classic. Do you remember?
Mm.
They used to whiz around on Classic.
In fact, how high is this wall?
Oh,
How high is that wall?
Yes.
It's about 6 foot high.
In which case, I think that Laurelyn's actually going to perch on the corner of it as a lookout.
yeah, you can
Okay.
get up there. You can flap up there.
She's a glider, not a flyer, but from there she might be able to take off if she needs to.
Okay.
She shrank as she got there. Look at that.
I'm trying to think who built this place. Those stone tiles on the ground are 18 feet square.
Well, if you zoom in, you'll notice they're crazy paving.
Why did she shrink as she climbed the wall? Is what I want to know.
She shouldn't have done.
Someone
Right,
used control.
constant.
Someone choose control rather than alt to set the altitude.
There we go. Hang on, I should probably check and see if it reset the grid on this as well. It may have really balked everything up for me.
Well, we all turned out really tidy, so I'm not sure. I get the impression.
Yeah, I
know.
think this is. Oh, well, I'm clearing everything off the map. This is utterly balked, and I'll put you all back on again. Sorry.
What I would do is clear everybody off the map, right? And then
Redraw the grid. Yeah.
Redraw the grid. Make sure
Use the mouse grid thing.
Make sure your increment's set to 1, and then put people back on the map.
Yeah.
In play mode.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Grid. Set
We've
to
all
1.
been there, don't you worry.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not bothered. I'm just pissed off that it didn't save when I did it last time.
Yeah,
It did
I
that to
know.
me when I was doing a setup for Adventure the other day. It lost pretty much everything I'd done.
The other day, I don't know how long, actually drawing a map in Fantasy Grounds, looking at how it all should be done, and finally got it all in there. And then sort of finished. And then the next day I came in, I couldn't find the map. And I thought, remembering what you were saying about yours, I'm thinking, oh, do you know what I mean? It was the whole map. I'd done it all in Fantasy Grounds. And then I just remembered that. And then I noticed what it actually, all that it hadn't saved was the fact I changed the map name. Still had the name of the first item I dragged onto the map as its map name. But the actual map was there. I was like, I flip for that.
Flip it. So the actual map itself is there.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine lost everything that I'd put across the hotbars and all the setup I'd done for the preparation. They were still there in the encounters were still there in the encounter section, and the maps were still there, but they weren't where I'd prepped them to be.
Well, here's a handy hint for you. If your maps are all going Pete Tong, right, all you do is you export the module.
Right. Okay.
And then what you do is after you've exported the module, you unzip it, and all your images that got sent out with the module are there, and the line of sight. There's a separate file.
Yeah, I must admit the fact now you can actually draw something in Fantasy Grounds and then export it as a JPEG is rather nice. Only because historically what you couldn't do was you couldn't draw a map in Fantasy Grounds and then insert the map as an image inside a reference manual. Do you know what I mean? You can have it as a link, but you couldn't have it as a picture inside the reference manual. So now you can draw a map in Fantasy Grounds, export it as a JPEG, and then have the JPEG as an image inside the reference manual. Sometimes it's nice to have a small version of the map before you open it, isn't it? If you've got lots of maps, you know which one you're clicking on. So,
right. So Taris,
that's better.
Taris-Tun, Tain, and Solimas are on hold. Everybody else does not get to act because they're not aware of the large lizards that are running out of the forest from the south.
Because someone played uh-oh.
Yeah.
Or did someone already have this encounter set up, given the tokens look very nice?
I had several encounters set up for Torathkar, depending on which way round the volcano you went, and I had some things planned just in case people did things like uh-oh.
Yeah.
So, do you want to interrupt the lizards that are running out of the jungle?
Tain's going to open fire, I think. Yes.
So let's have an athletics roll from Tain to see if he can go before the lizards.
Oh, I see. Yes, I see.
Because you're on hold, you have to interrupt them.
I didn't realise they were Winning
So yeah,
initiative.
you get to interrupt them, no problem. So you can shoot, you can move and shoot one before they get to do anything.
I have to shoot the nearest one, won't I?
Mm.
That's a
Well,
hit.
you have shot the yellowback because yellowbacks are pretty big,
Ouch.
but didn't seem to do much.
That didn't even shake it.
It did not even shake it.
He'll back off 2 inches to reload his musket.
going, balls, balls, balls. Give me more balls to fire.
No, he's just thinking. I just want to use. He's just thinking he wants to use his knife. That's the problem.
Yeah, clearly.
Can I try to interrupt? So I
Yes, you can. So give me an athletics roll then.
All of fire. Actually, I'm surprised they haven't made. Do you think they're going to make animated spell effects?
I don't want. I was just going to give you all smite before they get.
So unfortunately, no, you don't get to go before they do. And finally, Solimas, do you wish to interrupt them?
Yes.
So give me an athletics roll. So you don't get to interrupt them either. So they will go before both Solimas and Taris Tun do.
So
Right
is Joshua on hold or not?
Did Josiah get a raise on his notice roll?
I believe I didn't actually notice the notice roll.
Then make the notice roll.
No.
So no, you didn't get a raise. You don't get on hold, but you will get dealt in. The only person that isn't I don't think anybody failed. No, nobody actually failed. Oh, Kralamos failed. So Kralamos will not get dealt in the first round. Which basically means I'll deal it and then you'll just not do anything. But hey.
I'm getting confused there. So the people who noticed get to act before the
If you noticed, you aren't surprised. If you got a raise, you get to act.
Yeah, if you got a raise, you're on hold.
I got a raise. I got a 13.
Yes, which meant you were on hold.
But you didn't interrupt them.
You didn't succeed to interrupt them. Those that got a success will get dealt in the first round, and those that failed, Kralamos, won't get to have a card in the first round at all.
All right. Okay. So he stays on hold.
At the moment, you're on hold. The lizards will act.
Kralamos stays on hold because he's not when the deal comes.
I'm surprised.
When I deal, I'll put Kralamos straight on hold, and he won't get to act in the first round. So this lizard.
Well, technically, what you should, sorry to interrupt you, did John Smith fail? Because I'm just thinking, yeah, he did. Ignore me. I was going to say if John Smith hadn't failed, don't put me on hold. I just skip my go.
John Smith failed as well, but Tane will still get to do something.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is then deal me, but don't put me on hold. It's only Tane goes on my card is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Right, so that lizard runs forward, and I will have a notice roll from Cray Could, please.
Looks a lot like Jeffrey Goldblum, that lizard.
Okay. It barrels into you, but it wasn't going at you with its claws. And that's going to be enough to shake you as it slams into you, and the others run alongside it. Right, so do Solimas and Taris want to do something now?
Yes, shoot.
Okay, well, you've not got smite on anymore, but go ahead and let me just move this on.
If you want to let me go first, I can do smite on everybody, and then you can back the hell up.
Yeah, you can go first, then yeah.
Okay, so Taris, you're up.
Hang on a minute.
Let's see.
No idea what this will sound like, but I'm hoping it sets the scene. So.
I'm not being able to see everybody to target.
Jurassic Park.
I've got movement things all over the place. There's one I can't see.
Let that work.
It's over there by the wall.
Who are you trying to target?
I
Solimas?
want to target all the
PCs, yeah?
So I'm still missing somebody. Solimas.
You're targeting Solimas as well now.
If you're doing smite, don't bother targeting Kralamos.
Yeah. Because you can't
Can't cast smite on Kralamos' bone sword.
Yes.
Oh, that's a nice dice effect. Which one's that?
I'd just like to say, are they attacking us or are they running away?
Well, you don't know, do you?
They're running from something, aren't they?
Because we should have been. Somebody should be. That's a bit weird.
They're flocking in our direction.
It's not letting me grab my token.
Oh yeah, okay, right. They are flocking in our direction because he said they weren't using their claws. It was a strength roll.
They're running. They're being chased, aren't they, by something scary?
Yeah, they should have got into it. They should have circled us and then used pack tactics. I remember the old sea chat details in the pub.
Right. So, yeah, Solimas, you're next.
I'm going to move there and get me arrows ready. Yeah.
Okay.
They're flocking this way.
You can take a shot if you want.
No,
No, you're staying on hold, are you?
I watched Jurassic Park twice on acid. I know it's a T-Rex coming.
Okay, well, we will now deal the first round. And of course, only Tane gets to actually act on your card Kralamos, which you're not last in the round.
That's unbelievable.
Why am I still on hold?
Because you said you were staying on hold.
Oh,
Means
okay,
you can
I'll
interrupt at any time.
All right,
You
I'll
can
interrupt any time.
You can interrupt.
Obviously, you've still got to win an athletics roll off, but
Yeah.
Right, so the first thing that happens this round is another bunch of yellowbacks come running out of the jungle.
they look identical to the others in every way, shape, and form.
Well, they look like they are of a similar genus.
The next these ones had collars on.
Right.
Yep.
The next thing that happens is, Kev, I'll give you a Benny if you do that sound effect again.
Here we go.
Marvellous. Everybody make a spirit roll at -2. If you fail, you're shaken. And this applies to NPCs as well, all your extras as well, please.
I made my fear check. Do not. Let's have a look. Tayan and John Smith had the same, so I'll just roll John Smith twice, if that makes sense.
That's fine. So Tane and John Smith are unmanned and underreened by the mighty roar.
Well, they're panicked, aren't they? They're extras.
No, it's not a fear check. It only this just shakes them. They're rooted to the spot with
okay.
Right.
Are they making puddles? Are they sort of?
They could well be making puddles, yes, because there's a horrendously loud roar from off to the south somewhere.
Someone had to play uh-oh, didn't they?
Somebody had to play uh-oh. Hunk is not doing well there either then. So
sorry to interrupt. On a completely separate note, I meant to mention this earlier before the game started, but then I forgot all about it. Looking at Taris Tun, Josiah, and Craig Called, because of the way the portrait thing is slightly obscured and illuminated, and they've got black pointer icons, doesn't it look like all three of them are holding lit bombs?
It does a bit, doesn't it?
I meant to mention it earlier.
Right.
Sorry, I just saw it again. Sorry, shutting up.
So looking at that, all the PCs hear the roar and are just like, yes, we're on Torathkar. We were expecting that. All the extras are more in a case of, oh my God, we're all going to die. What's that? And after the second bunch of yellowbacks rush onto the field, Tane gets to act because, of course, Kralamos is not doing anything this round.
Tane will spend all 3 actions reloading as fast as he bloody well can.
He will he? Well, let's just see. Did Tane did recover from being shaken? Okay. Tane recovered from being shaken thanks to the command effect, which, had he not, he wouldn't have been able to reload.
Point taken.
So Tane has reloaded. He's got a yellowback right in front of him. Is he doing anything other than just reloading?
Step out the way, obviously.
Okay, where's he going?
He'll sidestep to the right, I think. His right, not my right.
Sidestep to the right. Spellcasting. B-A-N-G.
There's a box set of that anywhere.
Oh, everything's slowed down now.
The adventure game box set. I wonder if there is a nightmare.
Gronda.
Set. Yeah.
Cray called. You unshake.
There is. Series 1 to 8 on Series 1 to 8 on DVD.
Perfect timing. What are you after?
I'm after the one that gives me any edge regardless of requirements.
Okay, we'll assume that's happened.
I want Giant Killer.
Okay. Drag the Giant Killer edge onto your character for the rest of this encounter. It doesn't actually do anything automatic. You'll have to add the extra d6 damage when it is appropriate so to do.
I thought it was for the rest of this session.
Sorry, it might well be for this rest of this session. Yes. I mean, these yellowbacks are large. They are 3 sizes bigger than you. And what are you going to do? You've also got
the edges until I find Giant Killer. There it is.
Like I say, it doesn't do anything automatic, so you'll just have to add the extra d6 damage manually.
Oh, okay.
And you've got a flaming cutlass at the moment.
So it's plus d6 damage, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me write that down so I forget. No, I forget. No, so I remember.
If I take it out of this so I forget all about it.
Can I have my extra act before me?
You can, yes.
Because she's on that wall. She has to recover from being shaken first, though.
Okay, well, let's see if she does. She does.
Okay, I want her to try and glide up to get a view from above to see what they're running from.
You need to raise on an athletics roll to be able to glide up.
Tell you what they're running from. This.
Therefore, make a spirit roll.
Done.
Okay, well, she can move up to 6,
we have to make a spirit
and then I'll put her up 1 level of height.
With a cumulative penalty. I can't speak today. An increasing penalty every time because I can't say the correct phrase.
Penalty,
yeah, I know. I know. I hate it. I get
really
like that sometimes.
Right, she can make a spirit roll at -4.
You should watch me when I'm streaming, dude. Honestly, I come out with.
This is really gone sluggish.
Right, she's now panicked.
No, she saw something.
She saw it, did she?
Yes, she saw it. And she screams.
Did she drop any little logs on the onto the ground below?
I'm not sure what Atani do, but I think maybe they have guano. I don't know. But Tarish Tun, you're next.
Hang on.
Oh, sorry, Craig. Sorry,
Craig
sorry,
have his
Craig.
action.
Yeah, Craig can have his action. What's Craig going to do?
Okay.
after Laurelyn screams.
So I can't see anything, so I'm just going to go on hold.
Okay.
Hmm.
What are you doing, Craycold?
I am going to run really slowly, apparently.
With an athletics roll at -2, you can still relocate on swinging jungly vines and stuff.
Oh yeah, I can, can't I? I didn't think there were swinging jungly vines and stuff here. It looks so open.
There are some.
All right,
Oh,
cool.
Exactly.
Come on, you stupid thing. There we go. This is so slow right now. Oops, it's done that at -3. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, so that failed very badly.
Okay, so you grab a vine, yank it, and you have a little vine neatly twirled at your feet, and you're going nowhere.
I look around to see if anybody saw that.
So I think we'll basically
Quick,
call
watch
that
yourself, like a cat.
yeah.
yeah.
Lick your own genitals in an unself-conscious manner. Josiah.
Did Terry such? Oh, she's on hold. That's fine.
Yeah. Is Josiah going on? Is Josiah going on hold as well? Are you there?
Yes, I'm going to go on hold because I don't know.
You're going on hold. Okay. So we've now got Solimas, Tariston, and Josiah all on hold as something comes crashing out of the bushes.
There you go.
And it's tall enough that it can attack Laurelyn, even though she's gliding
Oh shit.
12 feet up in the air. It dips its head down to her.
Oh shit. It's been nice knowing you. Oh dear.
Okay, I've got a flesh ring card.
But she manages to flit out of the way. And then it carries on past. I will now have fear checks at the start of everybody's turn at -4 as the mighty Tyrex stomps into view.
-4? It's a technical argument for never actually going then, because you don't make the fear check. Of course, you get eaten, but
Yeah.
hey,
So,
I'm not
Josiah,
lost.
you're interrupting, so you can go.
You need to
Yes, but the question is, can I see it yet? Yes, I can I?
It's
Yeah,
just carrying over.
So
it's considerably taller than the walls.
yes, I was going to say, so before I do anything, let's slash roll fear. Because this might not be. So slash roll fear -4, yes?
Yes, please.
Oh, I've seen bigger pink animals when I've been drunk. Ooh, yes.
I wish I was drunk.
So, let's do the old favourite. So who's on, who's up? What we really need is lots of heavy spells, don't we?
You know, with your work the room, you can do the whole, just like you do autofire thing, drag and then click your right button and drop, and then it'll pick the best out of the best 2 out of the 3, including the wild die for you.
What, by targeting? So not going to go automatically through a test?
No, you don't. If you're doing support, you just don't target, but drag
Aye,
your
that's what
persuasion, right
that's what
click,
I
and
d-
drop
aye,
all 3 dice.
That's what I do normally.
The last couple you rolled the extra d8 separately. That was all.
You mean like that?
I mean, like that.
7 on Cralimus, and then the 4 on Tantarus. So they both are +1.
So they'll both be a +1 for their fear checks because they will be the next roll they have to make, I believe. Yes.
Yes. I'll do a tactical retreat from him.
Mm-hmm.
Tactical Donna will do a tactical retreat.
And well, let's have a fear check for Padraig as well.
Yes,
He might not be
He might not do a tactical retreat. He might just do a panicked run up. He might do a panicked brave Sir Robin.
Yeah. And he's running like a bugger.
He's doing a tactical sprint.
So he goes a full 8.
Oh, me.
Right. Well, you interrupted the Tyrex, so it finishes its move up to the wall.
Oh, Hurunk's there. Or should I say Hurunk was there?
Mm. Right,
I'm
now
going to interrupt it.
you're going to interrupt it. You're going to interrupt the yellowback. Okay, well...
No, T-Rex.
But the
T-Rex.
The T-Rex has gone.
Yeah, it was already interrupted by Josiah, so you can interrupt it, no problem. What do you want to do?
Oh, no, I'm not going to interrupt it because there's no need to interrupt it. I thought it was the T-Rex's go. Right, okay.
No, it's the yellowback going now. The yellowback is just going to see the leader of that little pack, not aware that the Tyrex is attacking something else, so they're just going to keep running off. And that means that little pack leave rather than decide there might be some carrion for them to have a go at. I'll just incapacitate them, it's quicker.
Or draw a ring around them and just then right. Actually, no, I'm not sure if that works. I've never tried that. I wouldn't do it now. I'll try it another time.
We can just delete him off the combat tracker with the +- button. But yeah.
Yeah.
Deletes the whole group.
Deletes whole group, does it? Right.
It does.
It does. And that way they don't sort of splat, as it were.
Right.
They died of fear.
They did. They just spontaneously exploded.
They did spontaneously explode when the Tyrex roared.
Obviously, set for the resonance frequency in their bone chambers.
But this lot did realise that the Tyrex has got some new targets. They can't quite reach Laurelin up in the air, but they're now decided they're just going to hedge their way around and be ready to pick off any survivors. Kralimos, your fear check is only at -3. It's still pretty bad for you, though. Are you happy with that?
Oh my God, this is where I have a heart attack.
Mm. Well, let's roll on there with a.
Well,
your penalty was technically with a +4.
Oh crap! I rolled twice.
That you end up shaken.
Right, well, I'm shaken, so I will then. Oh, quite knocked about that because I could have spent
spent the penalty on shake instead.
On shake instead, yes. Yes. I've 6 power points.
Well, a massive water bolt smashes out and up towards the Tyrex.
For crying out loud!
And you've given him a slight shower.
That's better.
Oh,
that's better.
3 wounds.
Yeah, it took me 3 bennies.
It did. That hurt. Right, let's have a fear check for Tane then.
Okay, Tane.
And Tane is off. He'll be running. Let's give him. So he's off 8.
So's John Smith. I didn't know that. That's really useful to know. You could if you could type. I typed in there /roll fear -4 in the chat. It worked. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Nice that. I like that.
And John Smith is off as well, is he?
Yeah,
Right.
he panicked.
So
He
how far
panicked
is he
as well.
running? He's only running 7, but he's
Oh,
starting
sorry, I
from
should have
further
done
away.
that. I should have done.
That's all right.
And then I shall end my turn.
Right. Is that Solimas interrupting as everybody runs away?
Yeah, well, you know.
Give us your fear check then, Solimas.
No,
You
I'm
know
on-
why? Sorry to interrupt. I know. You know why the game suddenly slowed down.
Why?
You've opened up the other map, haven't you? Excellent.
No, I've not opened up any maps other than this
The
one.
Tour of Car map. I can see it in the background.
Yes. I've not got it open, but yes, it has been opened up in the background.
I suspect that's the problem. But
Curses.
Well,
Maybe I should.
I'm going to check and see if these flaming arrows do anything good against dinosaurs.
Hey, there might be good eating on those dinosaurs.
There's definitely good eating on those dinosaurs, as long as they don't get good eating on us.
Well, you've shot a yellowback.
Oh,
Well, the arrow is stuck into it. Just doesn't seem to have noticed.
good. He didn't notice. I'm going to move over here so he can't see me.
Back out of the
Understood.
way. Haven't seen me. Didn't do that.
in a minute, it'll walk up to you and say, "Alan."
Okay, so Bonnie Blot needs a fear check. Recovers from shaken, so will be able to run really quickly if they need to. And panics. Bonnie Blot is off.
We all are in this heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Kiffy.
And Hurunk. Does Hurunk panic? Hurunk also panics. Now, he gets that -2, so 3. Hurunk will run a mighty 7 inches away.
And I want to come off hold after this turn before the next round.
Okay. So Taris Tun is next.
Fear check at -4.
Fear check at -4.
And that's spirit.
That is spirit, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you need the fear table. So that's roll on here at +4, please.
+4.
Yep.
Don't roll an 18 or higher.
And you are shaken. Rooted to the spot with fear. Or, well, not necessarily rooted to the spot. You can spend bennies, you can take an action that way, but the sight of the Tyrex.
I'll wait till my turn on the next round.
Okay. So that means we just have Craig Could to go now. Who also needs a fear check.
What was
And
that?
okay, so who also needs a roll on the fear table. Unfortunately, it's not an adrenaline surge because at +4 that makes you vulnerable instead.
Shucks. That would have been nice. I mean, the adrenaline surge.
It would, but such is not to be.
You just made yourself more tasty for the Tyrex.
Yeah.
What did I do? Season myself?
Yes.
I rolled in some wild herbs.
You basically laid down and plucked some herbs and dotted them over you. Got some fennel out and cumin.
Well, you know that vine that you pulled down on top of you last turn.
Yeah. That nice herb, is it?
Yeah, it was licorice.
All right, am I able to act?
Yes, you are. You're able to act. You're just vulnerable. As that vine is still sort of tangled around you a bit, you see.
I want to go to there, and then I want to hit it, and then I want to dodge behind the wall and duck.
Okay. You're vulnerable anyway, I will point out to you.
How does... Well, yeah.
Oh, damn. I
Wild
misspelled the...
attacking makes you vulnerable,
Oh,
but you're
see!
vulnerable anyway.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll wild attack then. I didn't get what you were hinting at then.
Right,
Can you put it on the other clicker?
I shall correct the typos in that and try again.
Yeah, I already have put the vulnerable in.
Thank you. I meant the wild attack. Have you done that?
I have.
Lovely.
You can wish that all you like.
Made you laugh. Give us a bit.
I already did.
I know you did. I'm joking. Don't worry. Don't worry. I will remember how
I'm gonna
generous you
Benny
have
that
been.
damage.
Did you remember to add your extra d6? Oh, you did put the extra d6 for giant
It's
killer on
another
there as well,
wound
weren't
on
you?
it. Woohoo! Hate the
We're having a
GM soak the
reroll.
damage.
Which isn't going to improve it. It's going to equal it exactly.
It is. So, well, do you know what? The GM is going to try and soak that damage because his mighty Tyrex does not deserve to be hurt by some mere mortal
Some
Massaquani.
skinny little Musquani.
Yeah. So, did you say you're backing away from it?
Looking behind the wall there.
Okay. Well, it will.
Yeah, to reach over it, I suspect.
Yeah. Well, it can attack you as you back away because it's not shaken.
Oh shit! Yeah, good point.
Oh, but you're so small that it misses, even though you're vulnerable.
That is a relief.
That's under its jaws.
Just found
It's
the
all right.
typo.
It's when
Brand new
it
fantasy
stomps
companion.
that you want to worry. Laurelyn is panicking, so needs a spirit check. She's already had her fear check. So if she fails the spirit check, she runs.
All right. So she goes an extra 2.
Well, she gets a spirit check first, which is just a straight spirit check.
Oh, sorry. I thought you'd made it because you said she's panicking,
No.
therefore she runs.
She failed her fear check last turn. She saw it early. Right, so she doesn't have to keep running.
Okay.
She's no longer panicked.
Okay. Is the yellowback going for her?
The yellowbacks seem to be preparing to go for anything that's been killed.
They can't go. They can't reach her, can they? She's too high.
At the moment, they can't reach her, but she
When
has
this
to
thing
move.
jump, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think she's going to try and get high enough to be just out of reach of the Tyrex. If she succeeds in that, she's going to buzz it to try and distract it.
Well, she's got to move 6 inches because she's gliding, and she has to get a raise on an athletics roll in order
Find the
to
thermals.
find a thermal. So she doesn't. But she does get a success, so she can stay level instead.
Okay then. Oh, come on, move. There you go.
And she can only glide 6. She doesn't get to run when she's gliding.
Okay.
And Kralimos has the Joker.
I needed that. Ah! Out of interest, had I killed it if you hadn't soaked last round?
No.
I wasn't sure.
It has many wounds.
Of course, it's large, isn't it?
Mm.
Interestingly enough, after this game, have a look on page. It was something I was looking for earlier today, and I suddenly remembered, and I thought I noticed it earlier, and I just checked again. Completely unrelated, just because I was comparing it to because I made it. But on page 188, see if you notice, or rather topical with this, what I think is an interesting mistake in the new fantasy companion.
I'll have a look later.
Did you
Okey
correct it on
dokey.
the one you published?
Well, I could blow on my bent PowerPoints, couldn't I? Yeah, I'm doing another 6-point bolt.
Yep, go on then.
That was the raise.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Hit with a raise and didn't even hurt it. Oh, that's a wound. I think it's a definite. This is clearly a big bad. So definitely I think maybe one of Taris's bennies because Taris caused it to appear. Nope, it's a pirate Tyrex. Arr.
Pyrex.
Yeah, it's a Pyrex.
There you go.
Not only that, it's really
okay.
it's really good looking. That makes it a Pyrex dish.
Yeah, I think if you put panicked on the
You can't use my
NPCs,
line
I think it
to
will
make
change,
jokes.
doesn't it?
I need to Benny for that.
Do you know? I don't
Oh!
know if that sound effects is a T-Rex or somebody escaping on a diesel-powered motorbike
It could be one. It could be either.
on a cold
So-
day.
So Tane, I think Tane's like time to get the knife out.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think he'd want to. Yeah, but he couldn't kill it if he tried. That's the thing. He's got a knife, but he doesn't have anything special about actually letting him do extra damage with it.
Well, he kind of does because he could climb up it and stab it in the eye from a really easy to hit at spot where he'd avoid penalties for cold shots and stuff. But only if, as an extra,
That
he wants
brings
to run
back
up
a
there and climb
nightmare
up his
memory
leg.
of another game.
Yeah, but look, he can't even reach it this round. So I think he's going to advance to there.
Yeah.
Fire the musket and draw his knife. Drop the musket and draw his knife.
Okay. Did I click on the X then, not the tick? I think I did.
No, he's moving on my screen.
Oh, he's moving. There we go.
Very, very slowly. Oh, that's just typical. That's
Is he
just
out of
typical.
range? He was just at medium range.
No. I rolled a nat 6, and of course it basically didn't register because he was still moving as an actual combat roll.
Yeah, it's and you did shooting, not combat, but that's all right. It's still a hit
It is actually. That's my mistake.
with the Joker bonus. So roll your
It's my
damage.
mistake. That might be what happened there.
Nope.
Then he drops his musket and draws his knife.
Because he is a Doreen, and
Yeah,
that's what they do. Okay,
That's
John
what they
Smith.
do.
Oh, it's skipped past John Smith.
That's because
John
I
Smith.
actually did the end turn.
Yeah.
Sorry. John Smith's running. Well, maybe not. He's
No,
got a
he's not.
Joker bonus.
He's got the Joker bonus. He's not running. He's happy.
He will move to.
Well,
He'll
He's
move
probably
to
not
there.
happy, but
He'll move to there.
yeah.
It might be always quicker to pick him up and move him,
It might be, but once they've started, it's too late.
I know. I'm just thinking if I see that, I'm thinking out loud for next time I get this fun
Yeah.
in games.
Okay, as long as that's not a crit fail, it's a hit, and it's not a crit fail, so he does still hit it.
That's looking like a better shot.
Oh, he's shaking it.
He will not be dropping it. He's not a Doreen. I won't press end turn because that causes problems.
Yeah, he's not a Doreen, and he's not stupid.
Exactly.
So that leaves the Tyrex shaken, and we're on to a bunch of yellowbacks. But well, there's nothing really dead yet, so they're just sort of hedging their bets, staying at the back and seeing what you lot do. So it's on to Solimas.
Well, I'm going to give. Who's after me?
After you, well, you've
A
got
Bonnie and Hunk run off, have they? Yeah.
Bonnie and Hrunk. Hrunk is well, Hrunk and Bonnie are both panicked, but you can give them a support roll so that they're more likely to not be panicked.
Okay, I'll give a Hunk a support roll, but I'll do a support roll for Craig could as well.
Okay.
You'll have to do the
Thank
roll
you.
for me because I can't do the doubly dice.
Oh yeah, you can't do the doubly thing, can you? because Wales doesn't allow
No.
for that sort of thing.
Oh, this is the fucking. I need a mouse. Is what I need.
It's not allowed in Wales. Okay, so it's a +1 to each of them.
Okay.
So Bonnie Blot will be
And then I'm
next.
going to move.
Oh, you're moving yourself, yep.
Yeah, I don't fancy fighting a big faceted thing. Yeah.
You don't? You sure?
Yep.
Okay, so we now need a spirit roll for Bonnie Blot. Just a straight spirit roll now because she's already panicked. And no, she's running again, and Bonnie has left the building, or rather left the battlefield. So Bonnie is out of the fight.
Runs into a bunch of little dinosaurs in the woods and gets eaten.
Well, possibly. But yes, Bonnie is... We will incapacitate Bonnie, but I will make a note that she fled.
Or just
She could be
delete her.
fine.
Or just delete her off the map.
That's a good point. Yeah,
That way she stays on the combat tracker, but she just disappears off the map.
yeah. Bonnie has left the battlefield. Hrunk gets +1 to his spirit roll, as you've said. Hrunk, hit the big thing. What big thing, boss? And Hrunk unpanics.
Good. He gets ready to fight.
Okay.
His
How's he
weapon
gonna?
he's really rubbish at fighting with.
He can wild attack. You could even do a support roll for himself to, give himself a bonus next round as he gives himself a wind up.
What?
There's no reason that a character cannot support themselves by doing a support roll one round and then acting with a bonus the next.
Did he delete Bonnie Blot?
I did.
I've just clicked on her to bring up her NPC sheet, and it says new NPC.
Does it?
Yep.
Weird. I deleted her off the I didn't delete her off the combat tracker, just off the map.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I'm playing her now. So, he's going to give himself a support roll?
There's no reason he can't.
Oh, okay. He's going to say, really smash them really hard.
Hunk smash.
Yeah, hunk smash. There you go. He's giving himself a +1. That +2.
Okay.
Got a 9.
So on his next roll, he gets +2. And does he want to move or run or anything like that? Because he can do. Well, he can't run because that would be a penalty to his roll, but he can move towards the Tyrex.
You can have a few practice swings before he commits.
So if he's getting ready for the fight, he can go forwards with a few practice swings, whirling his battle ball around.
No, he's not going to whirl it around because he'll probably end up hitting someone else.
Well, probably. And then it's Cray Cooled.
Okay.
And Cray Cooled has a +1 bonus for their first action.
Am I not vulnerable anymore? Have I got
You are still vulnerable till the end of this round.
To the end of my action or his?
End of your action, you're vulnerable.
Right, okay.
And as was noted with the Doreen, doing things like climbing up huge creatures and getting at vulnerable bits of them is a thing.
Okay then, I'm going to climb up onto this wall and launch myself at it in a wild attack, leaping across the gap to land on it and try and slit its throat with my cutlass.
Right, I will allow that to be a use of your rope monkey if you want. So that'll be an athletics roll at -2, and you can even land on its head.
Awesome. All right then.
Fail, however.
We don't want that. That would be bad. Okay.
Fail, and you land its mouth.
Yeah.
That's the critical result. I'm pretty
exactly.
sure.
Yeah. Critical fail. You launch into the air and see teeth as you come down.
Did you say athletics at -2?
Yes, because you're not on a ship. You're relying on other bits and pieces. Right, that's a success. So that allows you to relocate anywhere within 10 inches of where you currently are.
Oh, me.
You are also allowed to take +2 to hit and damage without being vulnerable, because it's part of the use of Rope Monkey.
Well, hey. Listen.
I will further allow you to avoid 2 points of cold shot penalties if you're going for something around its face.
Yeah, I want to slit its throat, please.
Okay, its throat is probably a little bit far for you to reach if you're on top of its head.
Okay, fine.
Eyeballs.
Stab it in the eye.
Eyeballs, brain.
Stab it in the eye. Whisk up its brains.
Okay, you're going to stab it in the eye. That would have been a -6, but it's only a -4.
So
You've got-
overall, a -4, yeah.
Well, -4, but you've
How
got
big
plus.
is one of these things' eyes?
Small.
Just said that.
Its eye is about. Well, it's fairly small. It's about the size.
Its eye's
of a
-6 to hit.
watermelon.
That's how big it is.
Yeah, its eye's -6 to hit, but you've got +2 for your flying through the air with the graces of ease. You've got +2 for a wild attack. So you'll only be at -2. So you can make a fighting roll at -2. Or do your combat attack at -2.
Gonna
Well, you've hit it. And let me just see how much armor it's got, because poking it in the eye, you'll be avoiding its armor as well. So you'll be doing +4 damage and plus a bit more for avoiding the armor. +4. Roll your damage at +6.
Okay, that just brought up error messages. What?
You bought a pair of sausages.
A pair of sausages. Oh dear.
I brought up a load of error messages, is what I said.
Oh, no, I thought you said you bought a pair of sausages. I'm going to stick with a pair of sausages. That's a much better answer. Cool. That's kind of.
Okay, so you have stabbed your cutlass into its eye, and you're whisking it around a bit. It's only going to be able to soak one of those wounds. It's not very happy. I would like an athletics roll from you, please, as it thrashes around, having taken the damage. Right. With the success, you are able to hold on, but your sword is still in its eye. That's what you're using to hold on and not fly off it. What about Laurelyn? What's she doing?
As she sees that Cray seems to have got the Tyrex distracted, she's going to swoop down and flash at Tyrex. Sorry, not Tyrex, at Yellowback 1.
Okay. So she'll have to drop down to ground level, but she can do that, not a problem. Away you go. And she's got it.
Oh, come on!
Can't get through its thick, scaly hide.
Surprised with that roll. Okay.
Does the Tyrex unshake? Just a little bit. I'm going to give it a spirit roll. Okay, in spite of the fact it's got one eye and you're on its back, it can't do much other than multi-action against you, so it is going to act in a rage, and it's going to try and throw you off. You can choose to use athletics to hold on, or strength at -2.
Gee, I wonder.
So you've got an 8. That's not what it's rolling, because it is actually rolling its strength against you. Unfortunately for you, you go flying. And you're quite high up.
Benny.
Do you want to Benny that?
I think he was suggesting you should give me a Benny.
No, I think he was suggesting you use a Benny to not fly off the top of the Tyrex.
All right, let's
I
try
think he was suggesting that you gave a Benny that she could use to avoid to fall off the top of the boat. Tyrex personally.
You do. Well, I'll tell you what, I will give them a penny. But they still fall off the top of the Tyrex.
Fair enough.
And that'll be.
Actually, I
3d6
meant
damage.
he anyway, because Cray's a bloke.
Yeah.
There is no she involved in me at all.
Exactly.
Well, not unless I find some hot chick.
Right.
But that's
Prey
beside
goes
the point.
flying through the air as the Tyrex shakes its head.
Do I maintain a grip on my sword?
You do not. Your sword is
Okay.
still in the Tyrex's eye, and you are landing prone and shaken on the ground.
Give me my sword back!
You might not have wanted to say that, because now that it's shaken you off, it steps forwards to dip its head down, as if it's offering you your sword back.
How kind of it.
And then it opens its mouth.
They are.
That's you miss because it can't quite see where you are because somebody stuck a sword in its eye.
Good God, what did you eat for breakfast?
Harris Tun, you have
Yeah.
unshaken.
Probably a yellowback.
Probably.
Throw a flat fireball at it. With her elemental weapon. What manipulate?
hmm
Oh, apparently, well, you can check the chat, but it's give the GM a penny. Not give us a penny, give the GM a penny. That's quite cruel. We need him.
Hey! Give the Tyrex a penny.
Thanks, Gabba. Just say let the pennies fly in return, please.
2d4 damage.
That's 2d4 damage. Yeah. Oh, that's another d4. Oh, keep going. Keep going.
over
16
so
damage. Not bad. That is enough to shake it.
And
If it didn't have armor.
You know, the yellowbacks are starting to think that maybe that the T-Rex is going to lose and that it should
The
be their
T-Rex should
dinner.
be, yeah, dinner, yeah.
Yeah, they might be. But of course, they'll have to get all of these annoying little things out of the way first. Josiah,
Hey, I played a card when I said that.
you did you? Oh,
Oh.
peace. All right, okay.
Oh, crap, hang on. That's a... Oh, crap, I've got a card. We can play 2 cards, can't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
I had
Yeah,
arcane,
so
I had
about
arcane
it.
inspiration and I forgot all about it.
Well,
You could
I
have-
gave
you
you, I
could-
gave
you
you ages ago.
I know,
Yeah.
but I was so focused on saving the other card for in case anyone died, I forgot I had arcane inspiration. Oh well, it's nearly over now. Wait, not to worry. I'm the GM. I'm not used to having adventure cards.
Right, so who were we on? We're on Josiah. What's Josiah up to?
Josiah is going on a hold.
Okay.
'Cause
Why
I'm
did Smite Power expire on me on Terrace's turn?
Because Taris cast it.
Yeah,
Paris
because it
cast it.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Oh, now I know.
It goes on the spellcaster's. It goes on the spellcaster's turn, not your turn. Yeah, the countdown.
Right.
Yay! They're neutral. They're going neutral.
I'm trying to make them go neutral. Yeah.
Excellent.
It's just taking forever because the combat track has decided it wants to die. Right. So Josiah has gone on hold. We'll have a new round.
In that case,
Solid-
yeah, we'll see what the Tyrex says about a new round, shall we?
Well, Solimas is up first.
Volume. Ugh.
Am I back where I belong? No, I'm not at the bottom. It takes a special bit of specialness to actually be able to deal yourself one card that's worse than the 2 cards I have to take, and then take the 2. He says, running out of breath halfway through that sentence.
Yeah.
Kind of ran away with that, didn't it?
How come some of us didn't get the smite with the rest of them?
Oh man.
Because I paid for it. I paid for all the PCs.
I told you to take one back for Kralamos because he can't have smite cast on his sword because it's not made of metal.
Mm.
Oh, this is really crushing, isn't it?
So, Solimas.
Okay. What am I going to do? I'm going to do... that's rubbish. So you just made these dinosaurs friendly now?
Well, they're neutral.
They're neutral, which means
Of course,
they're
if
not.
I could play Angry Mob and get them to hopefully maybe, you know...
Hang up
That's
on
a
the
good
T-Rex.
idea. That might take them another point towards being the enemy of my enemy.
Well, they might. Okay, so
Just going to play that because
Arcane Inspiration +2 to activate
Yes, I
powers
forgot.
for the remainder of this counter. Yeah.
I forgot to play it at the
A mob
start
of
of it.
angry locals join the
Thank-
fight.
Yeah. And the side is determined by the GM. At this point, it may well be that the Yellowbacks would go for the T-Rex.
They are
Yeah.
neutral.
That's what I'm hoping, yeah.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Well, you have to see what happens when it's the Yellowback's turn, won't you?
Yes, and then I'm going to do my support role for... who else can I support?
You can support Hrunk.
Okay.
He's got +2 support from himself, but you can support Hrunk and have him
Oh,
run forwards.
And
zoom in
who
the
else?
middle of the map between Taris and Harunk. Is anybody else seeing what I'm seeing?
A really
Just a teeny
tiny
tiny
T-Rex.
Where the hell did that come from?
And then, and also Trey as well can get a +2.
Okay.
What tiny T-Rex?
I need to roll,
He's
I need to roll
deleted it
high
now.
dice
It's
for me
gone.
to play, okay?
Okay, let's make the roll for you. Solimas, go get it! No, nobody's listening to you. They're all too overwhelmed by the sound of the T-Rex's roar. Unless you want to Benny that.
T-Rex is raw. Sorry, I got distracted. Hang on.
You weren't seeing rubbish. Yeah, I'll spend a penny on that and hope it works.
So you support Hrunk to the tune of an extra +1.
No, I'll give it to Cray instead.
You give that to Cray, so Cray's
Oh,
got a
thank
+1
you.
on the next roll. Is Hrunk going to go and hit the T-Rex? Or is Bonnie going to shoot it? That Hrunk is...
I reckon you should crush your battle ball down on its tail while it's not looking.
Cool.
Is he wild attacking as well, or is he just being a nice, cool, calm and collected Grail?
Hang on a second. Is he? He's a
No.
lunatic.
How are you,
What has he
Cabernet?
got?
He's got a cannonball on a chain.
I think he meant hindrances and edges. I could-
He's dumb. He's a little bit slow.
He's a double dumbass. Yeah. Okay.
He's big and slow.
Don't you just love it when things like Alexa decide to join in?
Oh, Alexa joined in, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched one of these tech channels, and every time he demonstrates Alexa, he always morphs and mutes him saying Alexa, so it doesn't trigger everyone who's watching it Alexas.
Well, I actually did mute myself, and I unmuted too early, so you caught the tail end there.
My watch sometimes
Right.
just answers questions, doesn't it, mid-game?
Okay,
Weird
that's
one.
weird.
What's weird? Only half the wild attack appeared on there.
What's
He's-
half of a wild attack?
Well, he's got vulnerable, but he's not got the wild attack on for some reason. The vulnerables appeared, but the rest didn't.
What's the crap
Wait,
again?
that's because wild attack applied and then wild attack expired. So I suspect he put it on it and then moved the combat tracker onto it.
No, I didn't do anything. No.
No, someone else might have done this. What I'm saying.
Well, my
There you
thing's
go,
not,
it's on there now.
my-
Okay.
mine's not responded. There we go. Go on then, wallop it a good one. Now that was a fighting roll, not a combat roll, wasn't it?
I made that mistake
so-
earlier.
On the combat tab. But yeah.
But that's a 5 and a +2 for, so you can roll damage because you've hit it. Because it's large and you add 2 points of bonus from him supporting himself. Getting
I'm
some
not
swings
targeting
in. You're not targeting him. Okay, I can do that. Hit it, but not with a raise.
That's what I did wrong.
Cannonball for the arsehole.
That's painful.
It is a bit painful. That's caused a wound on it.
Does it cause it to cross its eyes?
It can't. It's only got one.
Like it had just seen a 6000 SUX.
Lubed up that cannonball and sunk it in there.
And it can't even soak it. It's hurt, but it's still not out. But well done, Hrunk. It'll be the Yellowbacks up next once Hrunk's done. And the Yellowbacks, as expected,
Turn on dinner.
decide that it's time to have some dinner.
Yay!
See, it's hurt. They're taking advantage of the fact that the damn thing's wounded.
Yeah.
The
Fine with that,
scavengers
that's all
they
good.
would. Yeah.
They're getting brave now.
I think we need to find somewhere else to camp though after this.
I think
I
you probably
did
do.
say that the fact
Yeah.
that this looked empty meant something bad on Torith Ka, didn't I not?
You
Yes,
did.
I
Yes, but that was after you played the Uh-Oh adventure card.
No, I said that because, you know, I'm from this world and everybody
Yes.
knows Torith Ka, everything there wants to kill you.
Well, the Yellowbacks start tearing into the Tyrex. I don't think it's going to last long, but the rest of you lot back away.
Yeah, we're going to head for the hills. Going to go and head in the direction that.
Is
Yeah,
Bonnie
backing up.
is Bonnie we're called out for Bonnie and obviously find
Yeah.
Bonnie, and just to make sure Bonnie's okay while she'll do that.
You'll play that card, righto.
Just to make sure.
Oh, actually, before you don't play that card, because I was going to play a card first.
What's that then?
So 4 Yellowbacks attack the Tyrex, and then Yellowback 4. No, you tell it Yellowback 2, who's shaken, decides that the Tyrex is a bit too much to handle, but there's all these tasty little people running about.
Oh,
Maybe
don't you
should
bloody dare!
Maybe you should attack them instead.
Why
you
don't give players
crazy
adventure
fool.
cards?
But that's
Oh!
what way worse than what I played. Sorry.
Okay, well, have your point of conviction. And you're right, Yellowback 2 does decide that.
You better give me flesh wound back then.
That's why I said keep that card, so you might need it.
I will assume that you've got it back, no problem. And of course, it spots the old one.
Go for the elderly and the weak first, yes.
Of course it's going to go for the elderly and the weak first.
But it is shaken.
No, it's not. It unshook.
Oh, I just played an adventure card and it vanished.
Well, tell you what, I will interrupt it then.
Go on then.
I just played Last Stand,
Okay.
which means all allies within whatever of me get a +2 on toughness and. Don't worry about it. It didn't work.
What's still toughness and parry?
It vanished.
And you
Nope.
failed to interrupt it, Josiah.
Yes.
So where are you,
Doesn't
numbers?
matter. It's the world's slowest dinosaur. It's just sitting there going, I'm going for a little walk.
The really annoying thing is I can't actually click on my character sheet until it stops moving.
Oh, hit the raise.
Mmm.
Still
Thank you very
moving
much to
for
roll
me.
dice. Still moving for me.
So 3 wounds on you there, Josiah.
I might have to spend conviction. How ironic would that be?
Well, all the dice rolls just happened.
Right, no, mine didn't even scroll. What's going on?
So,
Wait.
Oh, there's a 6.
well, that soaked one of the 3 wounds.
One of the 3 wounds. We don't have a healer with us too.
No,
do
you
we?
don't.
Oh, heavens to thingy. Right, go. Might as well Benny it.
So you've got 2 bennies left.
Healing 4 if you manage to survive combat.
Just going to walk over there and think, well, I'm the new captain now.
Oh, well, it's a bit. I mean, for somebody. Oh, look.
Well, that soaks 2 of the wounds.
2 of the wounds.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
You'll take that. Well,
That was an
now
expensive. That was an expensive point of conviction.
and now since you came off hold,
I will roll
Mhm.
persuasion on Yellowback 2.
Okay.
Getting a.
Knowing him, he's going to persuade it to bite somebody else.
No, I'm going to go. Let's have a wee practice. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, I will take out my foghorn and I will do that down the. I will point the foghorn at it and blow at it.
Are you actually using your foghorn? Are you activating it, or are you just using it to make a big noise?
No, I'm making spirit noises with it. I'm trying to. It's going to bounce around all the walls, and it's going to be thoroughly confusing to that.
Oh yeah, well that is
I
that
might,
is
you might
raised.
even think it's another T-Rex coming.
It might. Who knows? Indeed, you got a raise. So, roll on the creative combat table, sir.
Oh,
Hey!
You get an entirely additional turn, including movement. And do you want it to be vulnerable? Well, it's already vulnerable, so presumably you want it to be distracted.
I'll make it distracted.
Okay, so now you get a whole extra turn.
Right. We shall. We'll have to
Make it up.
slash it with a sword. And miss terribly.
No, you hit it. It's big,
Oh,
and you've
hit
got
it.
gang up bonus.
On
You
hand.
you didn't hurt it though.
On hand. What's its toughness?
12.
Oh, yes, right, okay. Yes. So anyway, Patrick, meanwhile, back at the Irishman, he will roll a spirit check.
Look at that. He's that was you rolled for Josiah there.
Yes.
There's Patrick.
Bye. Off he
Yep.
goes.
Patrick keeps running. Patrick has left the building.
Patrick has left the building.
And Solimas remains shaken.
Why
Apparently.
am I shaken?
I've got no idea.
No, I didn't get hit by anything.
No, you didn't. Let's take that shaken off. I can't remember why you got shaken. So,
It
Solimas.
is.
No, it wasn't that. But a yellowback
I've got
has
a
just
12
run up
on
and is
that.
starting to eat things next to you.
Send the cat.
Well, I'm going to hit it, obviously, because it's right next to me and I might actually hurt it, but probably not.
Go on then. Well, not only have you hit it, you've hit it a good one.
Why have I got a wild attack on? Okay, right. I did a wild attack. I didn't want it, but for some reason, I don't know. Yeah, it's confusing.
I can't see a wild attack on you. You didn't wild attack. I see no wild attack. effect.
Vulnerable,
Oh, actually,
large,
no,
and
I do
Ganna.
see it.
Yeah, it's
Fighting
just
staff, wild
fine.
attack +2. It does say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
In the chat, I don't know why it's doing that. It's taken the wild attack off of Hunk and giving it to me. But I
That
mean,
is
I can do a wild attack. I'm happy with a wild attack.
Yeah, go on then.
and just hit it and kill him on it.
You've walloped it with your walking stick.
Rages. 14 rages, I said. No, that's not 14 rages.
That's
Why is it not
what
missing me? I'm going to spend 1 penny on it because I've only got 1 left.
Okay.
Because you were stingy, Kevin.
Did you?
I'm terribly stingy, me. Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody said the bennies was float all night.
I know, it's depressing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I will go and pass to the
I need to
invisible
work out a
block.
way to. I need to work out a way to have an animated thing go across the screen when people turn up and say, "Please say that let the bennies flow" when I'm playing, and then never remember to do it when you lot are playing.
Yeah. Well, Hrunk can get in range quite easily if he wants to run back to save Solimas. So he plods back over. I can help.
Just coming over to open the trapdoor. Big and blue.
Yeah. Hook. Now, the gang up bonus won't apply itself automatically because he's not next to it, but he should have, with it being large and the gang up bonus, +5 to hit overall.
Oh, mate.
Well, there we go. That's a very palpable hit.
Well, hey.
Different.
And I think he's just tenderized it. Oh, yes.
Oh, my word.
Look, now we can leave now. No one's going to pay any more cards that get screwed, are they?
Now you can sneak off.
Now we're going to
no,
sneak off. Hrunk is going to drag that thing by the tail and maybe bring it for dinner. Do we want to eat these or not?
Yeah, they're great eating.
Okay,
All
so
right,
it's,
well,
yeah, shutting up. Ignore me.
Right, because you're having to forge on when you should have been setting camp after quite a hard fight, I want a vigor roll from everybody. Anyone that fails will start the next day with a level of fatigue. I will trust you all to put your fatigue on because I'm sure you can. Unless it's for the extras, in which case that's Laurelin.
Laurelin needs a fatigue.
Laurelin is knackered again.
So is Solimas.
Solimas is knackered.
There's John Smith.
John Smith is knackered.
I'm knackered and I get injured. They always go for the weak ones.
And you deleted Bonnie Block.
Well, she's on the combat tracker. She was just off the map.
Get right back
But
on
I
there.
can roll for Bonnie Blot. Bonnie Blot is knackered.
Share her character sheet because my shortcut is dead.
Okie doke. There's a character sheet. And is anybody going to try and do a healing roll on Josiah as you're forging your way through the jungle?
I'd only make him worse if I tried.
Right, wait a minute. It's easy.
After you get a little where you can stop for 10 minutes.
I'm a water mage. Here you go. Obviously, I'm not really doing that.
Flat.
Wakes him up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Hrunk.
A little bit of fatigue as
Well,
well.
it's far too hot for Hrunk. Oh, dear.
She doesn't he have extra penalties being a growl?
He does. He actually has an extra -2 to resist heat fatigue.
Yeah.
I've just noticed that. Have you noticed that? I'm rolling off my character sheet and it says Patrick O'Donovan.
That's
flipped
because it's
around.
on the combat tracker.
Uh,
Oh no, it's on Hrunk.
I know,
No,
that's what I mean. Dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun.
Laurelin's wafting people with the wings to help.
bottom of the chat window. Have you got it set to Patrick down there?
Yes, it's
Oh,
somewhere.
yes.
Yes, that's what it is. It's switched into it.
Yeah.
Yes. Clever stuff.
So it's a very tiring trek to your campsite, and looks like Josiah isn't getting any better. He's going to be
No.
carrying that wound.
Can we do an unskilled healing roll to see if
I
we
can do a healing roll. Hang on.
Yes, Solimas actually has the healing skill.
I failed my support rolls.
There you go. I got you a 6. That's a +1. You got you're healed, dude.
Yeah, knackered, but healed. What are you doing overnight then, folks?
We
Sleeping.
should definitely have a watch.
Okay, who's on the first watch? Who's on second watch? And who's on third watch?
Oh, I don't want
Three
all
watch.
the ones that are totally fatigued to have to do first watch. So
I'll take
Paris
first
should-
watch, I'm fine.
And I'd take second watch because I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take last watch because I'm old.
Because you're old. Okay.
Old people always get up early in the morning.
Well, I'll take last watch because I'm old and old.
Well, those on second watch, which is Taris Tun, I want a notice roll from you, please, Taris. Then you hear the approach of the Yellowbacks that followed the trail of blood from Hrunk dragging the dead Yellowback with you for tea.
Well, maybe we ought to feed him his buddy. I mean, you'd think they got filled up on that damn T-Rex.
Well, so you're going to wake everyone up and just leave the remains of the corpse for them to eat and bug out further?
Yep, I'm gonna wake everybody up.
Are we going in the right direction here?
You are going in the right direction, but I think what's going to happen there is those that have the fatigue will carry it into the next day, as you've been interrupted in the middle of the night to get away from everything, and it's all
Problem
hot
is, we ate the
bothering.
thing for dinner, don't forget. Not all of it, I assume.
You,
But
yeah, you wouldn't have eaten all of it, no, but
Yeah.
there'll be enough left that you can leave it for the ones
Yeah.
that followed to have a chew on and let you get away.
Yeah.
We didn't eat the entrails, we didn't eat the skin, we didn't eat
Agreed.
But
We left the gallbladder.
yeah,
Ew.
it means you can use it as a distraction to get away, but you're still going to be left with the fatigue for those that had it. And the next day, you're climbing up the slopes of the volcano. Is anyone scouting out ahead, or are you just going to? There is a path here you found, which you knew it was here. You knew there was a path that led up to the
Laurelin.
elemental temple.
Laurelin can scout up ahead, these thermals make it easier for her to fly.
There are plenty of thermals here for her to fly. So if you're sending Laurel in to scout, she can make a notice roll.
I'll make a wee survival
Yeah, great
roll
scout, really brilliant.
just to make sure that we're going in the right direction.
Right, Josiah, you are certain you're going in the right direction. Laurelin is finding that the thermals are pushing her away from the volcano because they rise up the side and push her away. Everybody else can make notice rolls for hearing at -2 because there is a kind of strange rumbling sound under the ground nearby.
Oh, God. Just don't have the bloody thing erupt on us, please.
Notice at -2.
Mm-hmm.
He says. Is that my roll? That wasn't my roll.
Don't say anything. John Smith does.
Right. John Smith does. So John Smith pipes up, and once he points out that he can hear some chanting in the distance further up the track, you are all aware of it. What you thought was just
Here comes dinner. Here comes dinner. Here comes dinner.
Yes. What you thought was maybe just the groaning of the trees behind you and the movement of the lava in the volcano up ahead is actually a low chanting. Anyone that has the occult skill may also roll that as well.
Have a cult.
Solimas, you're pretty certain that that is the song of the lesser spotted gold giver. It's a bird that actually does lay real golden eggs.
Oh, yeah, golden eggs. I've always wanted golden eggs. It's the Wachuti tribe.
And what does Terrace figure out here?
You figure that out, Taris.
Oh, somebody's calling on their gods. You guys want to be careful here.
The chant was "Here comes dinner."
Oh, could be something similar to
No, they're actually working on calling up their god. It's the Ugaks. Be careful, guys. Be on
In that
alert.
case, here comes Donga. I don't want to fight.
Are you sure?
I really don't want to fight Donga.
Right. Well, I think what we'll do is we will not start this encounter more than getting you onto the map so you can see where you're at.
We're going to fight Donga, aren't we?
Would I do that to you?
Yes. You're darn tooting. Ooh, pretty map. Oh, I like Seafoot's maps.
They're good, aren't they?
They are good.
So I take it somebody's beating a drum.
Somewhere.
Right. So that it for the night, isn't it?
That's going to be it for the night as you...
When are you resetting the adventure cards?
I'm going to reset the adventure cards at the start of next week.
Start of next week.
And the bennies.
And the bennies. And
no point in
who
playing
knows?
any cards now.
I'm just saying. Wait a minute. If you're going to reset the cards next week, right, and they're banging the drum to summon Donga, what happens if the drum breaks?
What happens if the drum breaks? They'll hit rocks together instead.
Oh, sorry. What happens if the drum breaks? Oh, yeah. There you go.
Mechanical malfunction card played.
Okay, so the drum breaks and they use their trombone instead.
I thought if it's going to delay the inevitable, it might.
No. He's got this brilliantly pretty map, so he can have us fighting the non-copyright version of King Ape.
Yeah. Well, maybe that might buy us another round, but he get a new drum, you know.
Well, you may think that. I couldn't possibly comment, but of course we might have Bert back next week. In which case, if he has a character, I'll have to work him in as well, which will be interesting. But I know exactly where he can be.
He's going to be the sacrifice.
Well, I wouldn't do that, but other members of his crew might be.
Yeah. On a completely separate note, when just a trick I learned is when you're using Windows to block movement through something, remove the toggle option before you draw them, and then people can't open them.
Ah, yes, good point.
It doesn't matter. I'm just pointing. It's just it was just one of those. I just had the mouse happened to move over one, and it came up as closed. So.
Actually, I think the toggle option is off on the window, but there's also
but I should no.
As well.
As a player, I can open and close the windows.
Ah, right. I thought it was just.
But the thing is, why are they windows? Why are they not terrain?
I did both for different things.
Because terrain will block line of sight, but I do it a lot. You put windows inside terrain because terrain blocks line of sight, but lets you see what it is. Right. But Windows block movement, but terrain doesn't.
Yeah.
Right. So by putting the two together, you can see what's blocking line of sight, but you still can't walk through it. Side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's what terrain does, but then making it a window means you can't walk through it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'd done with these. Yeah. They were terrain and windows, but yes, I didn't. I should have not set the window.
Technically speaking, making them toggleable means a player character could climb them, but at the same time, it means I can literally turn it off and move through it on myself.
Yeah,
in that sense.
I was creating a
Yeah.
map yesterday that I had people dropping off levels, like going down the side of a pyramid, and it was pits inside pits.
Hmm.
So each time they went down a level, they couldn't see up to the level they just left, but they could see the level below them.
Right.
clever.
Yeah.
I never
each time
thought
they
that's
went down
clever.
a
I like
step,
that.
get the map.
Because
The map got
because
smaller and
terrain's all
smaller
or
as they
nothing.
went.
You can't do
Yeah.
levels of terrain, but that's a clever idea using pits as you're going down somewhere.
Pits inside pits. So they
But
could.
it doesn't work for going up, does it?
No.
No,
No.
you've got to use terrain for going up
Yeah.
because it blocks a line of sight until they get on it,
Yes.
and then they can crest the hill and they can see the other side.
Well, all I have to say is I had a lot of fun, as always.
I'm glad you did. And we will see what happens next week.
Indeed, we shall.